Ugh. I'm not late. I arrived precisely when I intended to, which was now. Hi, Halo Mod Man. What's up, Laggy? How you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back, welcome back. Guys, it's a tangent day. I could be doing the boring technical work to finish up the final update of Permafrost, and we will be probably doing some of that. But Zophie gave me a fire idea. Isn't it like a moon or a planet? It sure is. It's also a 3D model. That notification is crazy. High charity time. Actually, I think, yeah, well, high charity's built off of like a moon or something. Something like that. I don't know the lore, man. Books are for nerds. High charity, the feature creep is doing crazy numbers. You better believe it, dude. Is it going to be the Halo 2 design? Listen, how big is it? All right, listen. I'll explain my plan relatively, okay? We have that giant flood model of High Charity. It's the only 3D model of High Charity in any of the games, okay? It comes from that one cutscene where it's all floodified and it crashes in to, well, it doesn't crash into anything, but it teleports in on the mission, the Covenant, in the cutscene. It's the only known model of High Charity, okay? And we're going to unfloodify it today. We're going to make our own version of it. And we're going to put it in the skybox because I feel like that would at least be something cool we could add with it. Personally, I just want to do it because it's cool. But on top of that, it could be cool to have just kind of floating in the skybox above Permafrost, right? Like, that's cool. That's cool. Just have a little High Charity in the sky. Basically, we're just going to take the work Bungie already did on High Charity, which already looks really good, and we're just going to unfloodify it. Why don't you dual stream on Twitch? I wanted to, actually. I meant to set it up today. I literally was going to set up dual streaming today. But instead, Big Walk came out, and I was playing with some friends before stream, which is actually why I'm late today. And shout out Big Walk. If you don't know, the game was announced like years ago. It's literally so fun. Big Walk is so fun, dude. Great game. Just floating there. Menacingly. Damn right. It will continue to float there, and continue to be menacing. Okay, there we go. So I was setting some stuff up. Trying to convince friends to buy Big Walk before I buy it. It's so fun. It's really relaxing. You literally just, the best way to do Big Walk is just have some friends that you know are just chill and aren't going to be like, oh my god, we're going to beat the game. And you just go in and just laugh and be dumb. Tactical nuke! Holy Hagen with the 50, dude! Thank you! What the hell, man? That's massive! Thank you so much, dude. I haven't even gotten started yet. We're still at the starting screen, man. Thank you so much. Damn!
Dude, I played Halo Remake on Legendary BTIT in 12 hours with my best friend.
Hell yeah!
I genuinely haven't had that much fun with Halo since I was a kiddo.
Oh.
I am not even joking, I felt like a kid again playing with my grandpa for the first time.
Oh my god, that's so sweet! I love that! I'm so happy for you. I'm really glad that you got to play it and just enjoy it and be like, hell yeah, Halo, and not be like the casuals and the people in the community being like, oh, I don't like this aspect. I'm glad you had fun. That's awesome. I also had a really good time. Legendary is crazy. I played it with 3 other friends. We all did it in our living room, or in one of my friends' living rooms. We hooked up 4 PCs and we all just played together in the same room. And it was so fun. It was chaos, but it was just so fun. We were just sticking each other with nades and just dunking on each other, and we beat it on Heroic. Doing it on a duo on Legendary sounds really fun, though. I'm glad you had a good time. That sounds awesome, dude. That sounds fantastic. I'm glad you liked it. And thank you for the 50 as well. That's so cool. Yeah, you know what I want to do one of these days is I want to see if I can get my dad to play with me. That'd be so fun. That would be a blast. But thank you again for the 50. That's so wholesome. I love it, dude. That, like, I know people have so many criticisms, and gaming criticism has been taken to such an insane level, but I'm just so glad you're able to have such a wholesome, good time with it. Halo is Halo, period. Gyarados, thank you for the 35 months, dude! Welcome back! It's always a pleasure, dude. Don't put peanuts in electric circuit. You can't stop me, dude. You can't freaking stop me. You know what? Just because you said that and you told me not to do it, I'm gonna do it just to spite you. Big fan of your work. It's so high. Oh, welcome to the stream, Casey. Yeah, you know what? Let's get this started. I've spent enough time yapping here at the title screen. I just got so distracted because Hagen came through with a huge 50. I'm so glad you had fun though, Hagen, for real. For all the negativity and the wieners in the community, seeing that you had a good time, that makes me smile. That makes me smile. All right, let's begin. Oh, Square. Hello! Welcome back, guys! Welcome back. It's me. I'm Rejected Shock, and I'm the guy who sometimes does it. Bro, what the hell? That's another 50, bro! Are you kidding me? You just nuked to the daily tip goal in 2... I just got started, brother! What? What? Thank you! Are you kidding me?
I also found out that Gears of War E-Day had a secret unannounced stress test today for a few hours before the beta in 2 days. I got to play and it had a thank you message from the devs saying we were some of the first to play and I should be proud. Wait,
that's so sick! I've also been really excited for E-Day. Oh my god, E-Day looks like such a return to form with tons of new cool features, man. Oh, that's so cool! Dude, shout out Gears of War E-Day. Oh my god, the trailer too. The trailer made me feel things, man. I didn't know that they even had a beta test. I've been so out of that community, and like, usually I get most of my gaming stuff from my Twitter feed, which I know, don't judge me. But I didn't see anything about the Gears of War test. What the hell? I need more Gears of War in my timeline. I wish I knew that. I would have downloaded that and been playing it too. Are you kidding me? I mean, now I know it's 2 days away, but... Thank you, Hagen. I really appreciate that. That's amazing. Thank you for the insane support. Oh, we're so back. We got a new Halo game that was good. I'm not going to say excellent, but it was good. I had fun. I'm excited to keep modding it too. And Gears of War, dude. A prequel Gears of War is coming out soon. I'll do Gears of War marathon. The games are peak. I literally have not played Gears since I was a kid anymore. I'm going to have to go download. I think they have the remastered Gears 1 on Steam. I'm going to download that. Maybe I'll stream myself playing that soon. I'll probably stream it on Twitch, though. I'll do variety stuff on Twitch when I'm not doing Halo modding. I'm not trying to nuke my analytics and stuff. We'll keep the Halo mods for the YouTube streams. We'll do everything else over on Twitch. Make that happen. Apparently my Rejected Shotgun Twitch account from years ago got banned somehow, though. Not really sure how that happened, so I have a different Twitch account. It's the one been linked to my description for a long time. Look at all that coffee and grape money. Yeah, true, I still haven't bought grapes, dude. I keep forgetting! But I did just drink a cup of coffee, and it was good. Thank God coffee's cheap, dude. They try to sell you those ground-up beans, those Starbucks brand coffee grounds for, like, $15 at the store, dude. And then I'm like, oh, let me just get the local Texas blonde roast instead for, like, $6. And it's literally just as good. Arguably better because there's a nice little pecan flavor. I like that. Thank you again, Hagen. Holy crap, dude. Oh. I didn't think I would get hyped about Gears. I'd totally forgotten about Gears until recently. Because I remember watching the E-Day trailer, and I was just like, damn, this looks hype. And then after that, I was just completely forgot about it. Alright, guys. Ah! Yeah, I was having fun playing Big Walk with some friends earlier, dude. Big Walk is so good. If you haven't played Big Walk, and you have some friends who would be down to play with you, definitely do it. Thank you for the 343, Hagen!
You get the premium and you get 5 days early access and access to the week-long beta. Dude, it is dope. 12-player horde mode.
12-player horde mode?
I hadn't had this much fun with horde mode since Gears 3.
Dude, Gears 3 horde mode was peak.
Game chat all just being so happy for Gears.
Dude, wait, that's so sick. That's so sick. Bit of fans of the haunting, glad to catch a stream. Welcome, welcome. We do Halo around here these days, but welcome. Oh, that's so sick. I didn't know it was so soon. 12-player horde mode is crazy, dude. Even 4-player in Gears 3 was just absolute chaos. I can't even imagine what would happen in 12-player. Especially, I assume they're going to, like, have scaling and stuff on that. Can you add the M35 Cougar in a modding video? I don't know what that is, but, I mean, technically I could. I just don't know what that is. Pretty cool. Gyarados! Thank you for the 5, man. Appreciate it.
I enjoy the game.
Yes.
Finished the campaign.
Yes.
My only bigger gripe would be the modern super high-tech look they gave the Forerunner buildings.
No, I could agree with that. I was yapping about this on stream so much yesterday. Like, the actual designs are not offensive. I think they feel very Forerunner-y, but they should look more like polished concrete.
It'd be hype to have an event where flood pods rain down from high charity.
Thank you for the 5! I could do something like that, but my thing is, I don't think I'm going to do the floodified high charity. My goal for today's stream, and this, I blame Zophi, okay? So many of you guys get mad. You're like, oh, you should just work on Permafrost, do the boring teleporter logic. Oh, go fix the bugs. Oh, go add, you know, tracking points to the remaining vehicles and set them up. No, dude. Zophi yesterday was like, High Charity looks cool. You know, that model from the cutscene looks cool. And then I was like, sitting there looking at it, and I was like, you know, it really wouldn't even be that hard to just go in and remodel High Charity to look like, you know, what it looked like before it was floodified, the Halo 2 version of it, right? We could just go in, model like the big silvery gray moon bit with the big blue, you know, it's even, I didn't even notice this in the cutscene, but it still has that little blue glowy dot on it. Just go in, make a quick model, texture it up. The rest of High Charity down here, dude, it's all like not even floodified. So all we have to do is grab the big flood fucking glumpus up here and just erase anything that's floody, and then just make our own little, like, lumpy sphere over it. Amraz, thank you for the 2!
Yeah,
or the 5! The number!
Lemonade stand, and he said
To the man running the stand, hey! Bum, bum, bum. Got any grapes? So many donuts today. I know, this is crazy, man. I don't know what's happening. But thank you guys for the insane support. I really appreciate it. It's so generous. It means, I mean, honestly, it means a lot that, you know, your local Halo modders out here ain't exactly making fat paychecks, so I appreciate it. Also, hi, I'm a human being now. So, okay, take Flood High Charity, we rip it from the game, we throw it in Blender, we model really fast like a hemisphere, like a half hemisphere. We'll create like a little UV map for it so we can texture it. We're going to then throw it into Substance Painter, and then we're going to reference, wait, let me find it. Thank you for the 3, Hagen! High Charity.
My guy, so happy you're having fun with Halo. I can't even describe how I feel. It genuinely feels like my childhood is returning and I am getting to relive my favorite games for the first time again.
That's the best, dude!
Metallica LOL 2000s for life.
Rude. That is literally the best thing ever. That feeling is so good. That's definitely how I felt playing through, like, all of everything to do with Campaign Evolved when I was doing that, like, when we were all doing our... Me and my friends, we were in the living room playing couch co-op. That's it. We were doing a LAN party with it. That was so fun. It was so peak. We literally bought Mountain Dew and Doritos and streamed the whole thing. It was such a chaotic nightmare, and it was so fun, dude. It's so good to have these classic games returning. Like, people have been dying for this for so long. We've all been wanting this so badly. And now it's happening. And that makes me very happy. I can't find an HD version of, like, the OG Halo 2 High Charity anywhere. Maybe on the Halo Wiki. Wait, I'm on... No, that's Halo Fandom. Hold on. Halo Wiki High Charity. I want to see if there's, like, an HD... Like, I know we have the H2A High Charity, which looks like this. This is... Because I want some photo reference. H2A High Charity is good, and I'm totally down to use it, but... If I could find the classic Halo 2 one, that would be even better. If that's the... Oh, this is it. That's perfect. Thank you for the 2...
Hey, I haven't been here in a bit. Why are you adding High Charity?
Listen, thank you for the 2. What do you mean, why am I adding High Charity? Who cares? Who cares why I'm adding High Charity? Just know that I am. Oh, there we go. Wait, that's it, dude. That's it. Just know that I'm adding High Charity, period, slay. Or something. Oh, wait, that's an even better picture. Wait, that's so crisp, so crystal clear. Well, no, it's not. It's actually really blurry, but that's perfect. We could work with this. I like, okay, well, if we compare that to this one, honestly, besides the fact that this is Halo 2 Anniversary, this is the Halo 2 Anniversary one, the only thing that seems like all that different about it to me is that this one's just kind of lumpier, and they added like these hard spikes, whereas the classic Halo 2 one just kind of like gets these like crusted up edges here. I guess it's a little lumpy now that I'm like really looking at it, but they really accentuated the lumpiness right here. And we got to add the little circle. In Halo 2, I like that the circle is... It's almost like one of those Halo ring circles, actually. You know, where it's got like the X shape, and it's kind of like got a little light coming out of it. Now do a High Charity... Listen, we already did add the flooded High Charity canvas to Ultimate Forge, so you can go build floody Covenant-themed Forge maps on there if you want to. Nothing's stopping you. That's all I'm saying. Nothing's stopping you from doing that. You go do it right now. Because who doesn't want to see High Charity in the sky? Exactly. I was literally like, imagine having like not this High Charity that's made of like crusty, chunked flood, but instead like a big silver one with the big glowing blue light up in the sky. Like, ooh, that would be so sick. Hey, thank you for the 1. Also, not gonna lie, with the New Vegas and Fallout 3 remakes coming out, as well as Obsidian hiring the original creator of Fallout and a handful of original devs in prep for the new Obsidian Fallout game, this has been one of the most hype years of gaming for me. I agree. I feel like we haven't, at least for me personally, with my personal interest in gaming, it's been a while. Like, I'm a classic Xbox guy growing up with a little bit of Nintendo from the Nintendo 64, you know?
Bro modding a holy space mushroom? Okay, buddy.
Better believe it. The Space Pope lives in the mushroom, dude. That's actually the lore to Super Mario as well. But we're gonna do it in Halo today. It's pretty cool. It's pretty dang cool. And looking at this, the shape of it and everything, now that I'm seeing it, I like low-key think it's like an almost perfect shape here. Well, we're gonna have to put it in game and see for, or not in game, in Blender. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna take this in Blender, we're gonna cut out all the flood crust so we can actually see what's going on underneath it, and then we're gonna model our own. So no way to get it from H2A. Did they never make a model? I don't think there's a I don't think there's a 3D model. The reason I don't think there's a 3D model is because of this image right here. This is a perfect cutout of the Halo 2 Anniversary High Charity, which tells me it's likely a PNG sitting in the skybox, like a flat 2D image. The fact that this is so perfectly cut out, nobody is spending the time to perfectly cut this thing out. Somebody probably ripped it from H2A, from one of the skyboxes. I highly doubt there's one. And in any case, because I'm annoying in this way, I want it to be Halo 3's Bungie classic actual artist vision of High Charity. And yeah, this thing's a little low poly, but this is what High Charity looks like in Halo 3. The art style changes between all the games, and I'm a very like vanilla classic graphics guy. So when it comes to adding High Charity into Halo 3, I want Halo 3 High Charity. Oh, what is happening today, dude? Laggy! This is insane! Are you for real? Thank you so much for the 50, bro! What is happening today? Good God! What?
We're breaking tip goal records today.
Yeah, actually.
Shut up and take my money, mod man. Money with wings emoji. Money with wings emoji. Money with wings emoji.
Thank you, dude. What the hell? I didn't stream for like a week before yesterday. I definitely didn't expect this, dude. Thank you for the support, man. I'm just trying to make cool Halo mods. You guys are destroying the tip. I really thank you. What the fuck? I don't even know what to say, man. How do I explain that I'm grateful? I feel like words. Dude, I hate words, man. So you can feel a thing, and then words will never do it justice. I need to get good at poetry. Maybe if I get really poetic, I could explain it. But thank you. Holy crap, thank you so much. It's time, guys. It's time to put High Charity in. That's insane, though. How long have I been live? I've been live for 19 minutes, and like 10 of those was me at the starting screen yapping. Someone in Halo Archive did a custom model? Wait, what? For real? Do I not even have to do this? Whoa. Oh, it's like the H2A one. High Charity. Oh my god, it's completely custom. Am I evil if I, like, low-key still want to do it my way and upgrade the Halo 3 Classic one? Does that make me a bad person? No, it doesn't make me a bad person. It makes me based and modding pilled. Okay, I am downloading it, though. I want to take a look at this. This is probably going to be pretty cool. I'm opening it. Let's see what this looks like. This is a fan-made High Charity here we're about to see. Somebody from Halo... Who on Halo Archive made this? Who posted this? Thank you for the 5, Casey!
High Charity shows up. Phantom drops off brute on a guard and prophet of regret mini-boss.
Phantom drops off brute on a gunner. Oh, that would actually be kind of sick. Whoa! Wait, this is actually really cool. Thank you for the 5, Casey!
High
Again!
Charity shows up. Phantom drops off brute on a guard and prophet of regret mini-boss.
Thank you. For both of those, actually. Thank you very much. I don't know if you meant to do it twice or if YouTube bugged out, but thank you. Oops. That actually would be sick. I would be so down. We do have space to add technically one more event. Wait, well, how is this modeled? Hold on. Let me... This is off. Okay, this is what's cool. Check this out. I think this is actually using the Halo 3 model for this, because if we compare... Yeah, look at that. This is using the Halo 3 model. If we look at this little bit right here, the little ringy bit, it's the same ringy bit. Although I think they did change the textures. And they added the spikes from Halo 2 Anniversary, which, now that I think about it, were those in Classic Halo 2 as well? Oh, they were! Yeah. Okay, Classic Halo 2 also has all the bajillions of spikes coming out of it. And then Halo 2 Anniversary also has the bajillions of spikes coming out of it. Let's see. This is so cool. What the hell? This is literally High Charity. Like, perfectly. What? That's so sick. It's definitely based off the Halo 2 Anniversary one, but like, damn, dude. Oh my god, can I look inside? Yo! I don't know if they meant to, like, do an inside, but it kind of looks cool. Dude, this is sick. How many triangles is this? Why is it... Okay, this is really cool. But whatever this spiky stuff is like 500,000 triangles. Good lord. This looks really good, though. Actually looks... Is this what it's supposed to look like underneath High Charity? Is there supposed to be like a big Covenant-y thing down here? Looks pretty sick. I like it. I like it, dude. Base texture, emissive. Oh, I can't see anything. Oh, there's like... It's got like an emissive glow texture there. And then... What else? Probably this one is base texture. Thank you for the 2, Adam!
Just googled the M35 Cougar. It's a cut HW vehicle. 6-wheeled fire support platform that has dual ghost cannons and OMG that I guess is similar to the Scorpion's Coke's gun.
Yeah, and I remember what you're talking about. It's the cut...
I like the idea. Dropped a link in stream chat.
Yeah, it's this one right... What is... What's happening, dude? Are you for real? Multiverse with a 50? That we've had 4 50s drop. What is... Thank you. What in the fuck is going on, bro? Thank you so much. Holy fuck.
Vacuum go
What? Thank you. What in the fuck? What? What's happening today, man? What is going on? Thank you, Multiverse, for the huge 50. High Charity brings charity. That makes me a charity case. Wait, no, I'm a streamer. It's different. It's different, man. This is a real job, I swear. Thank you for the 50. Holy shit, dude. The true high charity stream. There's no low charity, that's for sure. Good God. Wait, where's word vacuum? Am I illiterate? Am I just like too amped and like losing my marbles over here to understand word vacuum? Oh, this coffee's cold. Thank you. What the fuck? I don't even know. Guys, I am your local Halo modder out here, okay? I don't make as much content as I should, but I did recently go to a psychiatrist, okay, who diagnosed me with ADHD. All right, and it's been really bad my entire life, and I've barely ever been able to get the things in my entire life that I've wanted to get done. And my psychiatrist was like, oh man, you really got it, don't you? And I was like, I'm pretty sure I do. It's really bad. And because of that, I've rarely been able to upload as much as I should because it becomes extremely difficult. But now, I will give back to you guys for your generosity. Videos, streams, everything. Literally going in tomorrow to get my final diagnosis, medication, etc. so I can stop having a busted ass, scuffed ass brain and I can make all the content that I've ever wanted to make, rather than having to rely purely on novelty and whatever I feel in the moment. ADHD diagnoses are expensive and inaccessible. Yeah, that is true. That is very true. It has been an extremely annoying road to go down, but I figured it out for my case. Casey, thank you for the 2! Thank you.
Pay the holy tithes to the prophet of shotgun.
The prophet of shotgun. We don't call them prophets anymore, all right? After yesterday, we now call them space popes. It is both accurate and awesome. Raise the space popes. This is a cool-ass texture under here. How did they even make this? It looks so sick. Where did this come from? It's an awesome texture, dude. I really like it. Really, really cool. Okay, here's my complaint. Here's my criticism. I really like this texture. I think they nailed the outside. I think they nailed the shape of it and everything. They even used the Halo 3 High Charity that I was about to rip out of the game as a base. This is better looking than probably what I was about to make. The problem is these spikes. There's like 5 gazillion of them. What I think I would rather do is take the existing spikes from inside Halo 3, yoink them, put them in here, and maybe blend the two of these together. I was originally, like I said, I was going to make my own of this. But now I don't want to. Now I'm like, Oh, you know what? I see what's happening. It's got a subdivision modifier. Delete. Oh my god, that made it way better, dude. That subdivision was absolutely cooking the try count. My god. Let me go through everything and make sure. Oh, there's a subdivision on this too? Get out of here. We don't need subdivision. Well, actually, maybe for that. No, we don't need subdivision. Get that out of here. Inside core subdivision. Don't need it. Goodbye. Okay, it's still 100,000 triangles. What about this? If I just turn that up? Yeah, okay. Okay, this is like basically perfect. Except for these spikes. I feel like it's perfect. My doctor realized I had ADHD when I was really little, so I got medicated pretty quickly. I still suffer from all that. The problem for me was I was a very tech-oriented kid. I was so fascinated with computers. By the time I was like just in middle school, I was like dual booting like Hackintosh ISOs on my my like parents' PC, and I was like getting really deep into that. And so my mom was always like, "Oh my god, he's so smart." They never would have suspected that I had ADHD, because the classical view of that is like that you're bouncing off the walls, can't focus kid who's just like super loud and impulsive. And it's like, that is not necessarily how the impulsiveness and the lack of focus manifests. I'm a relatively calm person. My impulsiveness is just saying dumb shit immediately without even thinking it out loud. And my lack of focus is literally just like quietly sitting there in my head being like, what the fuck was I just talking about? What was I thinking? Oh god, I gotta do this thing, and then getting distracted and forgetting shit within like 5 seconds. It's so bad, dude. I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to yap about this any longer, but I cannot lie to you guys, dude. The symptoms I've had with ADHD have like high-key ruined so much of my life. And I don't mean to say that and get like dark or anything, but like it's bad. It's really bad. So I'm very excited to have finally been diagnosed and do something about it. I don't even like, dude, I swear to god, I've said this before. If I had gotten diagnosed as a kid, my Minecraft haunting series that I started my channel with probably would not have stopped, and I would have probably kept going in that direction. Literally could not keep it going. And I didn't know why. I didn't understand why I physically was unable to continue doing it. But hey, not important. I'm just yapping. But man, I cannot wait, dude. I cannot wait. All right. I like the high charity model. I think it looks really sick. But we're going to go ahead and take the high charity model. What I think I'm going to do... Thank you for sending me this, Zophie. I think I'm going to basically take this model because it already looks so good. They did such a good job with the textures. Even these like ripped, scarred parts of the surface of the moon really match up like 1-to-1. They had a great attention to detail. Like, look at that. Side by side there to there. Actually, let me zoom out a little so we can see it a little easier. Like, these two side by side go crazy hard. I have no time for going to the doctor for meds. Yeah, it's been a whole process. It's been a thing. It's been a thing. But yeah, look at that. They like nailed it with this. This is so cool, man. This is so cool. My pizza. Pizza time. This is the first time seeing Halo 3's high charity model with light. Well, I mean, it's constructed. A lot of this is custom. I didn't make it. Zophie just sent me this. Somebody in Halo Archive did a killer job with it. Some parts of this are from the Halo 3 high charity model, though. The main core structures and things are. But what I'm going to do, since this is so high poly, and I can't actually use all of these high poly parts here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a hybrid between the actual Halo 3 one here, because they do these really low poly little sticks. These are like flat planes with like cutout textures on them, which is really, really good for optimization and actually getting it imported to the game. I'm going to yoink these, probably even yoink the entire core structure, and I'm going to try to just fit this really awesome high charity top piece Because now I don't even have to make the high charity top piece, dude. They've already made it. What is the modifier on this? Am I tripping? Oh, wait, what in the world? How is the... There's no modifiers on it, and yet... It's moving. Does it have geonodes? I'm so confused, but it looks cool. But I still can't make a snowman if it's physically impossible. I just can't. No, I could. I'm really confused. Is this using geometry nodes? Is that why it's all wiggly? Because there's no modifiers on it. Make it wiggly. Wait, these are like generated textures in Blender. That might be a problem for me. Well, anyway, I'll save this. Thank you for the 2, Adam! Appreciate it.
Like how the last massive donor completely derailed the cougar idea Phantom proposed.
Oh, right, I got,
Hang
yeah.
on screen for like 3 minutes and never finished his thought after the fourth $50 hit the tower mouth.
You can't blame me for that. Alright, that's a lot of money for somebody to throw at my face. I was not expecting that. High Charity just popped into Halo 3 to Aura Farm literally for like 4 seconds. It's kind of sad for how awesome this model looks and like all the cool details on it. This shit popped up for like half a second. Thank you for the 420!
Charity made from hollowing half a moon?
Believe so.
I always thought it was just Covenant mega structure metal.
And I should look that up. Thank you for the 2, Adam.
Also, I just realized the stream was super delayed, and so was that dono.
Fair. Wait, where's High Charity Halo? Wait, which one was it? Yours was delayed? Oh, yeah. Because it has been a while since... Okay, I gotta look at this. So, oh, that's not what I meant to do. High Charity. We've got... Shall we let the flood consume our holy city? Yeah, don't care. Anyway, how was it made? Design and construction. High Charity was a massive mushroom-shaped structure, roughly 348 kilometers. It was partially constructed from an enormous chunk of rock that had been blasted away from a place by the Forerunner Dreadnought. The rest of the superstructure was built around it. Oh, okay, so it's not a planet. Not a planet. Lore slop, dude. Me when Janjur Calm. Okay. Lore, yeah, yeah. Oh, wait, there's like a partially constructed version of High Charity. Okay, so it's not a moon. They literally just built this big dome around it. You can literally see it right there. They have the Forerunner Dreadnought, and then you get like the floor they built, and then the big dome, they like constructed it over and around it. At this point, you need to create a mod with the title feature creep. Don't worry, that's all of my mods' titles internally. Okay, so we need to get this model out real quick. And then I think I probably should grab the textures for them too. I wager that's a wise move. Okay, so we'll grab that now. We'll grab some High Charity from Halo 3 video game. Here's my editing kits. Bring up the tool prompt. So to extract it, it's going to be data. It's under objects, cinematics. Oh, no, I haven't extracted it. It's tags is objects, cinematics, and then High Charity Flood. Does it have all the bitmaps in here? Oh, it does. Oh my god, there's so many! Fuck. Okay, it's fine. We probably don't even need most of those. But yeah, it's just High Charity Flood. So we'll do tool, extract, render data. I'm going to do objects, cinematics, High Charity Flood, High Charity Flood. So good at that. Imagine running the tool prompts and use Baboon to right-click, tag, and extract, import it. Fuck! You're right! Okay, fine. I don't know why I didn't use it, but I will now. Oh, you know, I actually have an old version of Baboon in my Halo 3 folder. Here's what I'm going to do, Zophie. Just for you, and definitely not for me and any convenience I could gain from it. It's just because I'm so generous. I will also download Baboon right now. 3 hours ago, new dev branch build. Ooh. Okay, Halo 3 editing kit. Don't I have Baboon in here? I don't, dude. Oh my god. I don't have Baboon. Wait, does Baboon auto-extract like the textures and stuff? Kind of like Foundry does? Because that would go kind of wicked sicko mode. Or is it just, does it just run the tool command? Baboon. Oh. Oh, it still recognizes my Campaign Evolved setup. Nice. Baboon does everything. Oh my god, are you for real, for real? Oh, wait, how do I gotta set this up, right? Tool, no, edit, file, settings, editing kits. Okay, okay. I'm gonna set up all my editing kits right now. Hold on, I have to go through a bunch of folders, though. I'm not trying to leak my entire PC. 1 second. Halo C. Do I even have it? Yeah, I have Halo C installed as well. I think it's in my main folder? Is it still? Oh my god, it's still using the internal code name. That's insane. Anyway, we'll just do that. ODST. I'm setting it up. I'm getting Baboon going. Okay, we got ODST. Halo Reach should also be on my main slow drive. Halo Reach. And then Halo 4. And then I think I have H2A as well. H2A multiplayer editing kit. Sick. Thank you for the 5, Casey.
Made out of the crust of all the member species' home worlds.
What?
Lore accurate space boat tithes.
See, the thing is, Halo lore is so deep and absurd and extensive that I don't even know if you're lying. I just want to believe that. That sounds like some shit they'd write down. Okay. Whoa, this is so cool, though. Look at this. All I had to do was click Halo 3. I have all my editing kit set up, so I was just like, I'll do Halo 3. Oh, wait, what's that? I want to do Halo 2. Let's just open Halo 2. No! I forgot it needs to index all my tags. Baboon's kind of goated, not gonna lie. That could be real. It'd be new lore. It's probably just true. Dude, at this point, half the Halo fandom will just make shit up and be like, yeah, it's lore accurate. They'll be like, nah, it makes sense to me, so that's just what happened. I shit you not, dude. I've seen people say stuff like that before. I'm like, there's no evidence of that. They're like, yeah, but it just makes sense. Dude, that's not how it works. You can't just say, oh, it makes sense, therefore it's true. Look. Halo fans are so bad about that, man. It's like the autojacker. Well, that's actually just lore accurate. That one's just real. That one's just real. It makes sense. I mean, I think you're right, Casey. I think they just went through and they were like, we need rocks for our cool space mothership. Give me your planet's crust right now. But I think about the index old system had it take like 5 to 10 minutes. Well, it's definitely a lot faster than that. Even my massive Halo 3 editing kit only took like 5 minutes. Oh, so you tried to call me bald, but Stream Elements came through with the real shit. Do be like that. Okay, well, Halo 2. All right, let's see. Let's see. Halo 3. Please open Halo 3. Please, Halo 3. I would like... Halo 3. Oh, there we go. Halo... All right, so we go... What was it? Objects, Cinematics, High Charity Flood. Render model. Extract. Model geometry. Ooh. Oh, that takes me to my Campaign Evolved folder. Halo 3? Halo 3? Data. I'm going to put it in a test folder. I don't know how any of this works yet. This is my first time doing this. W Baboon, though. W Baboon. Okay, we selected it. Extracted. Okay, so it extracted the JMS. Can I do textures? Oh, wait, I don't even need to because I can just manually do it here in bitmaps. I select multiple? No. Extract bitmap images. Extract bitmap images. Extract. Extract. It's going, it's working. Wait, can I just extract the whole folder? Extract loaded bitmaps. Ooh. Damn! Wait, that's crazy. Well, add ability to extract all images. It just did, I think. Did it? Oh, I already did. Yeah, no, I think you did, actually. Oh, wait, maybe not, actually. Objects, cinematics, bitmaps. Oh, yeah, there we go. There they all are. Is that really what the bump map looks like, dude? What is this? Bungie. Hello? Did Baboon extract this right, or did it just blow up? Laggy! Thank you for the 9 months, man! Appreciate it, dude. Creating a poly market for if Mush shows up today. Dude, you know I could game that. I'll be like, guys, no, Mush isn't going to come through. That would never... I don't know if this is just Halo 3 being fucked up or not. No, Baboon has some weird things with bumps. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I don't really need the bump maps to see what's going on. I can always just use the in-game ones. But that's fine. Everything else seems to have come out really well. Okay, that's really, really good. Hell yeah. Well, now that I know how it's all hooked up, I'm going to go ahead and take the JMS. Actually, I'm going to move these. I'm going to move this to data, merge those so it goes in the right folder, and then I'll move the JMS. Delete those because I manually extracted those. We'll take the JMS. I'll put it in the right folder, which is objects, cinematics, high charity flood, and then render. Perfect. Okay. You can always go view and open the terminal, Baboon. Just run the command to extract by tool. Oh, wait, can I do that? Baboon. You can always go into view terminal. Oh. Oops. It's so cool. All I'm saying is if you ever had autocomplete for each of the editing kits, I would let out a little bit of poo. That'd be awesome. The editing kit part, not the poo. All right, so now that we have the JMS, I have a plan. We'll do I'm going to make a new Blender document in the background right now. And then I'm going to grab high charity render model here, which should be pretty easy to import. Oh, wait, I fucked it up. I fucked up already. I fucked up. I need to do the right scaling. I have Foundry installed, so my default scaling, I think, is always set to Halo Reach. Unless... Where's Foundry? What? What? Oh, right. I don't have Foundry installed. Well, that's fine. If I don't have Foundry installed, then it's chill. It won't break anything. Alright, here's Halo 3 Flood High Charity. Looks like this. And reasonably speaking, we would want to obviously remove the floody bits, which would be flood top, which underneath we basically get nothing. So the entire top part of High Charity is the flood chunkiness. I want to taste it. Calm down. Calm down. I do too, but calm down. I'm going to save this now to HC Flood. And I think the smartest move here would be we quickly set up all of its textures so we can actually see what it looks like. And then we can grab the awesome Halo Archive version and then we'll merge them together. And I feel like that should be pretty good for everything on this. Let's do that. Let's do that because we already see what all the materials look like. Let's see, Baboon. I know Baboon does material viewing and stuff really well now. I think that's all fleshed out. Pretty sure. Sophie, you said that Baboon works for like everything. Oh, the shader editor is like so legible. It's color coded. I don't even need to have my fucking Windows 11 dark mode theme to actually use the editing kit without my eyes melting anymore. It's beautiful. In other words, extract geometry rebuilds the JMS data from the render model like Foundry. Extract import info extracts the import data. I see. And yet, both of them do not merge vertices. Feels bad. Which is a way to merge vertices while keeping the built-in mesh geometry data. The split normals data. Because, like, getting the split normals data, nerf Baboon yet is kind of OP. Okay, let's start one. We're going to do one shader at a time. We're going to start with Flood Append, which actually... I can weld it. I mean, if you can weld it without it blowing up the shading data, I'll add that to the list. Sophie, what I'm feeling right now. You can never know. Okay. What do we have? Flood Append. So we actually have all of the textures. Like I said, we just exported all of these. So hooking this up will take like no longer than like 2 minutes. Let's do you. Hold on one second. I gotta find my enormous High Charity bitmaps folder. Okay, sick. So here's the High Charity bitmaps folder. So the append uses the base map called Flood Append. Basically, it doesn't have a detail. Then it has a Flood Append bump map, but we're not going to do the bump maps because it kind of blew up. And then it has an illumination map. So, boom, for base color. Turn on textures. Oh, wait, no, that's these pieces. That's pretty sick, actually. I wonder if the exploded bump map would even work. I'm going to try it. It probably won't. It'll probably look insane and busted, but I'm going to give it a try. Append bump, and then we'll set it to non-color. Does it work? It sure doesn't. That is the crustiest bump map I have ever seen. Good God. Well, I'm not changing that bump map anyway, so we'll just turn the strength to like 0.1. What if I turn the strength down really low? It's passable. We only need this to view it in Blender anyway. It's not like we're going crazy with it and trying to like rebuild it here in Blender. I just want to see what I'm looking at so I can understand my stuff better. Then we'll do emission. We're going to set the color to be the append illume. And as for the strength, we'll set it to 1. Aligned, we're going to set it to 5. Ooh, let's glowy. Set it to 50. Okay, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. But it looks cool. We can see the glowy bits and everything. I like that. It doesn't have an alpha map, I don't think. No alpha. Yeah, okay, so looks pretty good. Alpha test is off. None. Perfect, dude. Perfect. So let's move on to the next material. We have flood inside junk. What is that? Okay, flood inside junk is all of this stuff. So basically, if this is too floodified, we're going to go ahead and like clean it up, basically, because we want our perfect high charity. So high charity flood inside junk. Alpha test of A2 and an illume map. So inside junk. Let's do it. Pretty easy. Image. Inside junk. Another image. It'll be inside junk A2, and then we'll set the color to be the alpha. Okay, so we're already starting to see it. We're starting to see through it with those cool textures. And then last thing is the glow, the emission, the illume. So that's inside junk illume. Put that on color. Oops, color. Set the strength to like 25. Now we're getting somewhere. That's starting to look like high charity. So flood top. I presume this is... Yeah, that's that part. I'm going to be so real. I don't really think we need to texture this one. But since we're already doing it, screw it, dude. We're here. Let's have some fun with it. So flood top, presumably flood top. Yep. Then we have the... I don't even know if it's worth doing the bump map since it comes out so exploded. We'll just do the illume for it. That's kind of important. Flood top, illume. Strength 25. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. There's like a specular mask and a bunch of other stuff, but I'm just not going to bother with that right now. So I'm making a community tool because obviously not well known like Chris Bettigan, the Great Mind. True, you will be. Like, especially, I would say, like, especially because of the Campaign Evolved stuff that Baboon has, like, everybody knows you now. Everybody knows you. Pennsylvania, welcome, greetings! Alright, Flood Inside Junk 3, I think it's gonna be, like, our last one here, right? Yeah. You. Flood Inside Junk 3, let's fill this one out really quickly. Presumably, it is Flood Inside Junk with an illume map. But no alpha mask. Interesting. So it's basically the same, but without transparency on it. Cool. Actually, we have it in here. Flood inside junk. And then... So it's literally the exact same thing, but they just don't make cutout alpha stuff on it. So where's alpha? Emission. Boom, 25.
Is this just a scenery prop?
Yeah.
And if so, wouldn't it just use a 2D image of high charity in the sky?
Presumably, yes. However, I'm a little weird. I'm a little quirky in the head. And what I want to do is actually put Halo 3's version of High Charity, the only model we've ever had of it, into the game unfloodified. So, do I need to use a 3D model of it? Absolutely not. I could totally just throw a 2D image in the sky. But it just sounds like a fun project to go through here and do this. I just like the idea of it, to be honest. Of seeing for the first time what a proper Halo 3 unfloodified high charity model would look like. It just sounds interesting. Flood inside junk, illume. So glowy, man. And to be honest, I really like Halo 3's interpretation of high charity. They kind of went away from like the bazillion spikes and spokes coming out and kind of went more for like this big internal techie area with just a few spikes kind of poking out here and there. And then it's got like these big rings and stuff. Like Bungie and the artists specifically at Bungie who redesigned High Charity for Halo 3 and for that cutscene did a really cool job. Like, I think what I like about this so much is it's like, everyone knows High Charity from Halo 2 because it's featured so prominently, and they, just like everything else in Halo 3, everything got like redesigned a bit. You know, the art style evolved again. Halo 3 art style evolved, and I think it just looks really awesome. High Charity Flood Smallest. And I want to bring this Halo 3 vanilla classic Halo 3 version of High Charity to life as like best I can. Okay, so we're now on the last one, which is Flood Smallest, which just uses Flood Smallest Alpha, and Flood Smallest Illume. Okay, cool. Base color, smallest. We'll get the Alpha cutout map to the Alpha, which will be smallest Alpha. And then lastly, we gotta get the glowy bits for it. Mission, throw that in there. Our smallest Illume. Turn that up to 25. Where even is this actually? Oh, you know what? I don't think I set this up right. Is the way that the texture map is, maybe the alpha needs to go to alpha? Oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, this is like technically a lot glowier than it is in game. Yeah, I think in game the glow is kind of subdued. It's also flickering to imply that High Charity's fucking dead and dying. Like the inside is super glowy, and then the outside is just like barely even glowing. It's, you would be hard pressed to even notice that there is glow on it at all. But presumably we're going to turn that glow up on here because the actual High Charity, when it's in its prime and active and not floodified, would probably have a lot brighter of a glow. Thank you for the 2, Killer T-Cell.
The top part for the H3 module is too small.
I could see that. I'm just like thinking to myself, hey, an artist at Bungie said this is what High Charity looks like now in Halo 3's art style, so it is what it is. This is just going to be what it looks like now. The art style did evolve into Halo 3, so I'm going to respect that, and I'm going to make it as accurate to Halo 3 as I can. I like that the art style evolves, and I like imagining what these things are going to look like properly in Halo 3. There's no markers. Okay, it's literally just the model. Okay, sick. In that case, I'm going to move High Charity over here. A nice... boom. Rotate it -90. Perfect. Gonna orient it to be roughly in the center. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it sure would be nice if it was. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then height-wise, probably put High Charity's like dome right around there. Okay, we're getting somewhere with it. Not bad. Now that I'm looking at it, is it like... I guess it's a little angled. It looks cool, though. I didn't intend to make it, like, extra glowy. I just wanted to turn the illumination to a fixed number. But, like, seeing it... I'll definitely have to turn the glow down a bit for in-game, but, like, it's not bad. It's not bad. Thank you for the 2, Casey. Appreciate it.
Will you add its Vanguard fleet?
I mean, I could do, like, little particle systems around it. Because my plan is... I'm doing this just because it's cool, and I like the idea of seeing this in Halo 3's art style undestroyed, but, like... as an excuse to do it, I'm also going to be putting it in the Permafrost skybox. So what I could do is make like a little particle system around it where like maybe it's up in the sky and then emitting around it would be like little 2D pictures of like Covenant cruisers off in the distance kind of like flying around it and like orbiting and moving. That would be sick. Because the Vanguard fleet, that's the one from Halo 2, right? When you're on Delta Halo and they're all just like... Or is it different? Because I'm not a lore head. I don't know the exact names and specifications of the fleets and whatever. That's it? Okay, bet. I'll do that. Because technically, there is no time period for Permafrost, necessarily. Like, I don't really have, like, hard map lore in this. It's just kind of like, at some point in the Human Covenant War, they're on the snowbound planet, I guess, and there's these spires around Forerunner architecture, and that's where this takes place. So why not have High Charity around? Maybe it's some part of the lore, and it's important that the High Charity's there. Who knows? Halo 2 Cruiser was awesome in its gray color. I know. You know, most people don't seem to realize this, but in Halo Campaign Evolved, the cruisers are like that silver again. It's really sick. You can't even tell on Truth and Reconciliation that it's silver because the lighting is very like bluish purple, and obviously a silver reflective metal is going to take on the surrounding light color. But yeah, it's actually silver, like it is in the opening cutscenes. You just literally can't tell because of the lighting. Gotta add High Charity in the sky and pull Subnautica and have a Gargantuan Leviathan. Great. Ooh, that would be cool, actually. That would be cool. I mean, we do have extra scripting space to add in. Well, I feel like the one thing Permafrost is actually lacking in is more scripted events. Like, they're really cool. I love the current scripted events. They look awesome, but I feel like they could be even more. And hey, you know, it kind of gives an excuse for why the Covenant ships are around if High Charity's up in the sky, right? Like, that kind of works out. I love them. Yeah, the Leviathans are sick. Okay, I'm going to append in the entirety of the really awesome High Charity from the Halo Archive asset that Zophie sent me. So that's going to be... I'm going to unparent all of these and delete the extra one here. I'm going to scale these up probably, what, 100 times? Maybe a little more? Like that. Oh, that's pretty sick, actually. I feel kind of guilty, like, editing somebody else's work, but... I might actually end up doing my own, but this already looks so damn good. Okay, so what can I delete? We'll keep the underside. We do want the Spine of the Gods model, but actually the only parts I want are going to be this part here, this outer, like, ring bit on the surface, and the other outer ring bit here. As for all the extra spikes and things that are, like, coming out of the bottom and stuff, I think I'm going to remove them because the Halo 3 version here just no longer has them. We have the inside and core. I actually don't know if we need the core here because the Halo 3 iteration straight up does not have the core. The core is kind of just like built in to the whole thing. Oh. What does this look like with textures on? Ooh, we are cooking. We are getting somewhere with this. This is kind of sick. Also, let me look at High Charity as a reference again. Is it purple? Is it actually? It's kind of like a grayish brown with like purple lines running through it. I don't feel like it's that. I mean, it has like a purplish hint at parts, but I don't actually think it's that purple. Yeah, it's more of like a grayish brown with like light blue coloration to it. Because here, this version is kind of purple. I like it, though. I like it. Okay, so we'll save this, and I will finally remove the flood bits, the flood top. Actually, I won't delete it. I'll separate it to its own thing and kind of get a look. Whoa, wait, that's kind of sick. Dude, I wish I knew the name of the person who modeled it. I literally just don't even know. Okay, Halo 3 parts we can delete because we already have the Halo 3 parts in. The scaling is roughly there. If we match the scale of the dome here, what do we have? Inside core. The dome also has these bits down here, but we actually don't want these because we don't see those present in the Halo 3 model. I'm trying to be as faithful to that as I can be. Underside is here. It's got... one of the vertices got kind of yoinked, didn't it? I don't know if they did that on purpose. I think it kind of just got extended out. Maybe they did that on purpose as like a design thing. Let's delete those faces. Keep it clean. That'll be fine. Little details aren't gonna. Oh. That looks pretty awesome. I don't know what texture they use for the underside, but it is so cool looking. All right, so let's say underside, Spine of the Gods, inside core dome. If we move, I want to see, because we still have the flooded top part here. And the floodified top part, hide it again. I think it would be about, no, I think we got that about right. Probably have it like there. Compare that to the Halo 3 version. That's pretty close in size and scale to the Halo 3 version. That's kind of awesome, dude. That's kind of awesome. I'm so confused about this material. Is it using, like... Whoa. Whoa, it's doing a whole lot of texture generation, isn't it? What does its UV map look like? From what I can tell on this thing's UV map, it's... I think I'm gonna have to make some amount of modifications to this. I kind of wanted to make it myself so that I wasn't like using anyone else's work, but let me do this. Merge by distance. 0.01. Oh my god, never mind, hold up. And then we'll clear its geometry data. And we are going to have to do some amount of, like... Nah, I lied. We don't need to do any fixing. But okay, so we have this. I'm basically going to have to remake a lot of, like, the textures for this. But I don't think that's that bad. I don't think that's that bad. I do really like how it looks, though. It's very cool with this, like, auto-generated UV thing here. Okay, so here's what I'll do, then. Here's what I'll do. We'll take this part here. We're going to mark a seam on it, so that way the texture can be, like, a kind of nice circular round shape. I'm going to go ahead and also do this, where any of these areas here at the bottom, I can just kind of create this... I can remove any of these, like, empty holes that are present here. Why High Charity? Does it have an interior? I don't believe it has an interior. No, I looked into the model, because this is a model made by someone, like, super talented and cool in the Halo archive that I'm using for the top. Because they did, like, a really nice Halo 2 High Charity thing. That's good. That's good. That's not... I'm just going to go through and stitch these up until it's, like, until I'm satisfied with it. Okay, looking good all the way around here. Any more openings? Right here. Why? The reason I'm doing High Charity is just because it sounded fun. I don't know. I like going off on little tangents like these and modding something cool, like what would High Charity in Halo 3 look like? You know, we're literally just taking the Flood model from that one cutscene of High Charity flying in on the mission of the Covenant. And originally I was going to build my own custom dome, but this awesome model has already been made by... Favorite line all of Halo is the Autumn. She's been hit. Wait, what? That's from... I mean, obviously that has to be from CE, but I don't remember that line, actually, weirdly enough. What am I looking at here? What's going on with these birds? Oh, it just needs to be done there. Wait, what? Let's do that. Okay. That looks pretty good. And if we look at the textures, I am a big fan of that, of how that looks. My only thing is, I don't think I can export these textures out of Blender because I believe they're being generated in... Like, I suppose I could probably bake them down. My only complaint is that I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a kind of a grayish brown rather than a purple, at least based off the Halo 2 images that we were able to see. So let's keep this visible right here, and then... Is there a coloration that it's grabbing from? So we have, like, this rock texture, which seems pretty smart. A roughness rock, a normal for the rock. What is it? Oh, that's where the... Oh, it's getting displaced by this texture. Okay, scale is... Let's try to put it at 0 and see how it looks. I still think it looks good with 0 displacement, because I mean, I can't even displace it in game anyway, but... Nice, though. That's cool. As I bake them down into texture set. I low-key think I might just go into Substance Painter and paint my own texture set on it. These aren't bad by any means. They look really good, but, like... I was planning on going into Substance Painter to do these anyways, and I kind of want to make it, quote-unquote, even more accurate than what we're seeing here, if I can anyway. I like a lot of the stuff they did here. It looks really excellent, but I'm just like, if I can just make it even more my style, then that's even better. Let's see. Sure hope Timu Johnson and his child soldier sidekick don't leak its location before you finish modeling. As spoilers! Oh wait, this is using an H2A shader. So if I set the tint color to be like brown-ish, brown-esque. Wait, there's some other color coming from this. Already kind of brown. I like the High Charity mask though. That's nice. I'm gonna have to kill the High Charity mask, unfortunately, because I'm gonna probably redo the UVs on this. In order to make the UVs like good in game rather than using these really nice auto-generated things, I'm definitely gonna have to hook these up a little bit. Okay, considering we're already going all the way in with this, let's just do it. We're gonna make a proper UV for this. All right, so we'll do mark a seam. And we're basically just gonna outline all of these spikes. And it'll be kind of tedious for the next, like, minute, but if we outline all these spikes, we can essentially put them onto their own texture. When we go into Substance Painter, we make our own high charity texture. We can have these on their own area. They'll have different colors. They won't just copy the exact same colors that big top rocky part will have. You. Boom, boom, boom. I like how simple these are. Like, they obviously look excellent from a distance, but you come up close and it's just like, oh, they're just like little cubes. Computer, I know, dude. I'm trying. It's got to be done, dude. This is, you know, the worst part of 3D modeling, in my opinion, is UVing. A lot of people think that the worst part of doing anything with 3D modeling is like doing weight painting and rigging, where like you paint on the different areas where like bones will move. Like, let's say you make an arm bone. Oh, now you got to go in with a paintbrush and paint the parts of the arm that moves with that. I don't think that's that bad. I don't even care about that much. I think doing UV seams is the worst. You know, for as much hate as AI gets, I would be the biggest AI lover in the world if there was just an auto smart UV AI that could just take a look at a model, understand the context of what the hell you're modeling, and be like, oh yeah, let me just generate you some UV seams. I would be like, holy fuck, AI is the greatest invention in the universe. Because I don't have to do this shit anymore. I actually kind of enjoy UVs. Am I mad? In my opinion, fucking absolutely. I hate UVs. So boring and tedious. Like, oh yes, let me select 1 more billion different lines. The worst part is just feeling my fingers slowly giving up on life. I slowly... Oh wait, I'm done. Sick. Listen to my yap sesh. The textures are done. You hate it because of the ADHD. How about now with the meds? I don't have the meds yet. Hopefully by tomorrow I will. My last appointment with my psychiatrist takes place tomorrow, so we shall see. We shall see. What are these sharps? There's such random sharpened lines. No, dude, they made me take a test. Okay, they made me take a test to help diagnose whether or not I truly have ADHD, called the QB test, which I had not heard of. But, dude, I think I'm good at pattern recognition, okay? I swear to God, that test was specifically designed to fuck me up hard. It was bad, bro. It was so bad. I was with ADHD self-medicated by nicotine products without realizing. It's so weird. Gotta eat your veggies. Cigarettes. Let's rotate it like that. I think that's technically more accurate. Okay, now we haven't redone the UVs. Or wait, maybe we did. Did we redo the UVs? Okay, we'll save. We'll put this to a new save because now we want to back up with the old UVs in case I hate my life and don't want to do all this. Be careful with your current psychology. Have you considered your diet? I've tried literally everything. Meditation, diet, I take daily supplements, I exercise. I have done everything. Nothing has worked for me. This is a last resort. I don't want to do it. I hate the idea of having medication. But it's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. I won't go into details. I cannot tell you enough how bad it is. Okay, that's everything. Oh, right. The last UV seam would be the bottom here. Okay, let's mark that. Am I okay? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Wrap. Whoa, see, now that is the texture I wanted. You know what? Maybe we'll undo this seam. There we go. Got a little bit of extra space. Wait, what is this? What are you? Oh, right. Oh my god. But the bottom is modeled in on these things. Bruh. Oh, wait, it's not? Oh, no, it's not. Well, is it? Some of it is. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, it's fine. Good enough. Nobody's going to see this part of it anyway. Now, as long as the main dome has the majority of the texture space, fine by me. I think we'll do this, though. I'm going to scale this up as much as I can. Try to put it in the exact center of the texture here. We tried self-medicating via nicotine products. Well, I didn't know I was self-medicating through nicotine products, but yes. Just thought I enjoyed smoking. Which I do. Don't smoke, though. It's terrible for you. Probably. Find out in, like, some amount of years when they diagnosed me with hyper super cancer. Cringe smoker? True, don't do it. The reason I'd never show it on stream. I don't want to encourage anyone to make them think it's a good idea. Fun fact, it's fucking not. Don't do it. You smoke cigarette, vape? Oh, yeah, dude. No, I don't smoke cigarettes. Well, I guess if I'm at a party and somebody has one, I'll maybe consider it, but I don't like them. They're really nasty. Damn ciggies. Disgusting. Okay, so we have these little bits kind of that came out of High Charity. They were exposed because on the floodified version of High Charity, these, what are they? Like, these little bits here. High Charity Flood, oh, what are you? You're High Charity Flood Append. I don't want to remove them because they look kind of cool, but they do stick out a bit too much. I think what I'll just do is any part that's sticking out, I'm going to move it inside, so if there's any holes and things within High Charity that you can see it through, then they'll be there, but otherwise, I don't think they should be sticking out. No, leave them? Well, they don't really exist on the original. I'm not going to remove them. I'm just going to move them inside, and then, obviously, High Charity is, like, full of, like, you know, holes and things poking out of it, so, because I'm going to retexture this. I'm not going to keep the existing texture here. And then shading-wise, I need to remove the displacement down like that. So that's our High Charity model for now, using the awesome model. It's made. Wait, does it have a second UV map? Is that why it's working? No. Oh, it's just fucked up UVs now. Okay, got it. Just retexture. Oh, I will. We're about to, actually. We're about to. I'm going to throw it into Substance Painter in a second, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. Well, the Halo 3 model does have a giant core. Well, yeah, no, it does. It comes like up here, goes down there. You can see it almost. Some angles. Halo 3 High Charity is coming out pretty good. I didn't make the top model. Shout out to, God, I don't know their name. Who posted it? Forwarded. Let me go to the original post. It was made by Taco Co 53. Thank you, Taco Co 53, for this awesome model. I'm only using the top part of your cool space mushroom, but the model is excellent and you have saved me much time. Oh wait, let me move this. Spiky mushroom will go hard. Oh, I'm gonna keep the spikes. I'm gonna keep the spikes coming out for sure. I think they look cool, and I think they're. I mean, that's part of like the Halo 3 style too. Like I said, I know I'm weird for this, but like everything being like vanilla Halo 3 is super important to me. And vanilla Halo 3 says that High Charity has these spikes coming out of the top, so mine has spikes coming out of the top. Respect the original artists and make this as accurate as physically possible. Where is you? You. Do I still have it? Oh, okay, perfect. Oh my god, there's another one, dude. God damn it. I guess technically the Halo 3 High Charity shape was supposed to be a bit blobbier because these structures here are supposed to be kind of like emitting from it. But if we compare it to this shape, I think Halo 3's High Charity was I don't know if it was just because the flood biomass is kind of like that, or if they like envisioned this differently, but yeah, Halo 3's is just like very, very blobby. That's gotta just be flood biomass. Like, I can't imagine actual High Charity Dome here would curve like that, even with an art style change. Although that said, if we actually look at it in game, it does have these like big, I don't know if that's supposed to be flood or if it's like a panel of sorts that's been floodified. Is there concept art? Does anyone know if there's concept art for Flood High Charity? Let me look at the wiki. Is there any concept art for this? Halo 3 Flood. What was that? New member! JP! 39 months of JP! Thank you so much! Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Don't forget to add the elite gay bar on Yap Yap Street. Oh, don't worry. I was going to model that by hand for about 100, maybe 300 hours just to ensure, you know, that it looks good. Whoa. I think this is the Halo 3 Flood High Charity concept art. Check this out, dude. Damn. Wait, that's so cool. It's so different than from what I expected. That's so sick looking, man. I really like that. It's got like all of the bottom part completely like devastated and destroyed. And all that's left is like the top cratered portion and most of the rest is like fallen off. That's really cool looking. Is there any more concept art of it? I think this might be Halo 2 concept art. I'm still looking. Actually, I should just show this to you guys. We can go through all the concept art together. Okay, yeah, let's just do that. So we have... So that's this Blur, H2A. That's some 343 stuff when they're building High Charity. Halo 2 in-game. Dome with the ship. This is from the art book, right, where they show the cutout of High Charity, and you can see the ship is like only at the very tippy top there. What is this? Is this Blur as well? Or is that from the TV show? I can't even tell. That's presumably Blur. My god, bro. Sang Healy and Jiril Hanai control Elite and Brute controlled ships! That's the TV show. I know that's the TV show. Which actually, I like that. The TV show had a really cool model for High Charity. Bit too alien organic webby at certain parts, but hey, that's the artist's decision. Whoa, wait, what's this? Early concept showing art High Charity. Wait, art showing High Charity as a flagship. Ooh. That's cool. I didn't know it was originally planned to be one of those. That's kind of sick. Whoa. That's some cool concept art. Concept art of High Charity and Halo 3. This is the only concept art for High Charity I've seen for Halo 3. I mean, you can clearly see, too, that this like, turned into this. Main difference being, like, that this one's a lot more blobby. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and presume that the blobbiness is purely Flood. I was just so curious about these little square pieces coming off of it here. I wanted to know if they really did change the design to be more blobby in Halo 3, because if they did, I would use that. But I don't think that's the case. Based on the way it's all cracked and falling apart, I don't think that was intentional. For the sake of, like, what it looks like underneath. I think it's just Flood biomass. In fact, this might actually be the top here. It might be the edge right there. Let me go in Blender and see. Can I move? So if we hide this again, we look here at, like, the sides and all those bits. The dome might actually be intended to be moved substantially, like, upward. Like, up to here, maybe. That way you can have more of these, like, pieces kind of poking out. Well, no, you can still see a lot poking out. I do kind of want to add more of these pokey pieces coming out, too. They look really cool. I really like that. I think there are supposed to be more of these. I think the floodified version, though, just kind of, like, lost a lot of those bits coming out of the top. Though, that's something I can always add later. That's not, like, super, super important. Oh, yeah, that's true. Wait, the holy ship was missing from the middle. No wonder in Halo 3. Because, like, here I turned all the lights up to maximum in Blender. But if you look in game, like, you can barely even tell that there's lights on these things. They're so dull. And, in fact, they're, like, flickering. If you look carefully, they're, like, very much flickering. Kind of implying it's depowered, the flood have taken over, etc., etc. All right, I think we're at the point now where this feels like a fairly accurate iteration of Halo 3 High Charity. And I am down to just start texturing this. Like, full-on texturing it. Let's see, does this have a vertex group? Okay, so, yeah, we'll do this. That UV map render. UV map render. Gonna make sure they all share the same UV map. What is this? Make sure this one's good. UV map, attribute, attribute. I'm going to be so real, I have no clue what's going to happen if I remove this, but I'm going to try it. Visually nothing changed. Sick. Okay, we're going to give them all this vertex group real fast. So that they're assigned to the bone. It probably doesn't matter because it'll get assigned anyway, but now we can go texture this big bad boy. Sick. Alright, let's parent these to the armature. Looks good. For the sake of this, now I am going to delete that and save this to a new file. Always gotta have your backups, though. So this is the start of our High Charity, but we need to get rid of all the textures on this. This will call, based on the regular ship hull lights, we're going to call this High Charity Lights. Line of the Gods is going to be High Charity Dome light. I might not even use these, actually. I low-key might just texture it on instead. Yeah, you know, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that for now. And then underside. Are these the same? Oh yeah, they are. That's just like duplicated. All right, that's fine. And then this material will be HC underside. I really like the creator Taco did an insane job. I don't know where these textures came from, but they look so good down there. That's so cool. All right, there we go. So now this thing is, for the most part, ready to go into Halo 1. It's got, you know, all the original Halo 3 bits, minus the flood thing, which we can remove. Then it's got the lights for the inside and the sides there, which do look very cool. And those should show through as well on the rest of it. And then we have the dome, which we're going to call High Charity Dome. What was the other one called? It was called like Flood Top. We'll call this one then instead just High Charity Top. Makes me happy when the names are reminiscent of the original ones that Bungie did. Cool. And our biggest reference is definitely going to be I don't want to say it's going to be the H2A one for our biggest reference. Maybe instead, I know I have a more high quality. This I think is going to be our best reference. I want to go as much as we can to the classic Halo 2 stylization, which means I am going to grab a lot of the different colors and things. The base texture color won't matter too much because I will do some reflectivity, specular maps and things, which basically are just going to more or less be changing the color when the light hits it. So the base texture probably should just be kind of a brownish gray, like a pale brown, kind of like the area we see there in the light. And this part of the light is kind of like reflecting a little bit bluish. So I think the more natural base color is probably going to be whatever is right here. So we'll use that as reference. I'll pull this up, move it to a new thing there. Yo! Host 69 passive aggression. I actually fucking love that name so much. Thank you for becoming a member. Covenant tier, no less. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to boot up. Actually, wait, no, we don't boot up Substance Painter yet. Since we're only going to be texturing the dome, I'm actually going to delete everything that's not the dome really quick. So we just have the dome. And... well, actually, I want the inside core too, so I can see everything else. Okay, so we delete that. So we have the inside dome plus the outside dome. Perfect. Exports to an FBX file. Call it that. Perfect. And we'll go. Cool. I think it's like brown with red tones like Mars. It's, yeah, it's kind of, it kind of does feel like that. It's, yeah, it's like brown with red tones. And then when a light is hitting it, the light reflects kind of blue. And then because there's so many of these like glowing organic cuts and purpley lines through it, it almost gives it like this blue glow. It's like a sort of detail-y tech texture going on over the surface of it. I think we could recreate this relatively easily. Relatively easily. It'll take a little bit. We got to get a little artsy with it, but I believe. Okay, I'm going to boot up Substance Painter really quickly. I'm going to create a new file for our High Charity here. And we'll get to texturing. It's a mix of the moon and Mars. Yeah, that it does feel like that. It's like the moon, but with like some of Mars's coloration. I guess I'm going to do this all in a 1K texture because, you know, Halo 3. Let me do Halo. Where's my Halo 3 editing kit? High Charity. Okay, there's our model, 1K. I could down res from 2K, but I think I'm just gonna do it at 1K. Screw it. Save to Halo 3. Models, High Charity Dome. Okay, and then here is what we're working with. We're in Substance Painter. We got our dome. That is actually sticking through a little bit. That's so annoying. I literally can't have that happening. There it is. I see it a little bit right there. All right, I'll go ahead and shrink it inwards a little. Fix it. That should do. That should do. Okay, so save. Again, delete these two. And we'll export that out. Refresh our doobity-doobity. Substance Painter. We'll go edit, re-import the mesh. And then let's bake our textures. As always, we'll get way nicer results if we bake these. One of the best tracks playing. Halo 2's entire soundtrack, I think, is the best. I think Halo 3 is my second favorite, but Halo 2's goes pretty hard. Not gonna lie. I think it has got to be my favorite. All right, there we go. We got our textures baked, a little bit of ambient occlusion and stuff in there, our reflectivity masks, which but for the most part, I'm not actually going to be using any of those for like the textures. However, I definitely will be using them for generators. So we don't care about High Charity lights right now, though I may actually change those textures too. Onion stream? Yeah, dude. I'm actually modding Shrek's Swamp into the game, so I needed to make sure that I had the onions fully working. All right. Let us continue. So I'm going to do a base map first. We're going to probably... I don't know if there's any default kind of rocky materials that might... Wait, rock... This could work. Let's see what we have here. That on there. To be honest, it really doesn't look like anything right now. I don't know if it's just rendering. Oh, it is. Wait for it. Honestly, that's kind of good for a start. For a very early base start, that is not bad. That is not bad. Oh, you know what, though? I want smart materials so I can actually edit everything. Materials, give me smart materials instead. Because the regular materials are so hard to work with. You basically get no customization. I just want a nice base rock to start with. Old damage, fiberglass. I don't know if there are rock smart materials. I've used Substance Banner quick. Do you use PBR for this? In Substance Banner, yeah, but I'm going to convert it down into a regular diffuse specular. And then the actual coloration and reflections are going to be handled by Halo 3's material system. So I'm basically just getting normal map, roughness map, and diffuse color. And that's just literally just taking a roughness map, inverting it, and playing. Thank you for the 2, Gyarados!
Oh, enjoying what you're doing?
Yeah!
I don't.
Oh.
Stop it.
No! I like this. I'm having fun. It's good. This might sound kind of crazy, but what if I use like a fabric as a base? Like a worn linen actually might give a too linear for sure, and the base texture is not good, but it kind of works for the general vibe of it. It's even got these like, oh, it's got little alpha creases. Let me try a different one, but this is kind of not a bad start. Dirty woodland camo. Let me see. We have... Okay, folds. Folds are good, but I don't want them to be... Edges fold. We'll keep the edges fold, but as for the regular folds, it's using a material called ratio crystal. Is that a material? Thank you for the 2!
He's enjoying himself. Everyone get him. It hit me, Turbo Simp. My channel got randomly deleted and I got this message.
What?
We've taken a careful look at your channel and confirmed that it violates our child safety policy.
What?
I got butt fucked by some fuck-ass AI.
Oh, that's so stupid. I know you meme and say like goofy ass shit on here, dude. The fact that the AI got you, bro, that's so lame. You don't even say anything crazy. You just say some out-of-pocket shit that's funny. That's so stupid, dude. Are you serious? Oh my god, bro. That's so lame. Yeah, I don't like this fold material. I just honestly want to grab a... Let me remove that. And for the height, what I'll just do is grab some type of procedural, like rocky... What do we have here? Like cells. I don't want anything like that. Cloth folds medium actually could work as like a pseudo rock texture for this, but maybe tiled kind of heavily with more contrast. And then turn the tiling amount up, maybe. And then if we reduce the actual overall height of this by not just keeping the blur on it, but also adding a filter for levels, height adjust. Okay, that's a good start. Thank you for the super chat. Now you're arting. I don't know if I even allow myself to count this as like art. But I'll take it. I'll take it. This should not have anything except height. Thank you for the 5!
You should
Appreciate
recreate the Forerunner
Solid,
Fortress class that High Charity was built around after this. Not talking about the key ship.
Oh.
Awesome job here, BTW.
Oh, thank you. Wait. I thought High Charity was built around the key ship. I didn't know there was something else. Is that for real? Oh, wait. This is already starting to look pretty cool. I like this. I like this. Wait, what if I take this? Okay, let's do a base layer under this, right? So we have the dirt, which goes over the top. That's really nice, too. Thank you for the 2 turbo.
Brand toe.
True.
So it's not all bad. I really wanted to change my name to this for a long time, but I never had a good reason. I was also considering changing my name to 420 Blazing Victory.
Oh my god, wait, if on my campaign mod, on my Halo 3 campaign mod, when I finally get around to it, I want to name a ship like 042 Blazing Victory. That would actually be awesome. Okay, wait, so here's the idea, right? We get like a subtle grayish brown tint, like a dark grayish brown, like barely saturated. For the dirt color, it's already like almost perfect being this dark gray, but I'm going to give it an ever so slight yellowish orange saturation. Like that. The base color still looks a little too like white. Can I maybe... I mean, it is supposed to be kind of gray. It's going to be hard to tell how good it's actually going to look because of this, but we'll keep going. Okay, folds-wise, let's go back to our folds. So the other thing we want to do, and again, we've got to reference regular High Charity here. It's kind of got that, like, got these, like, dark brown, like, almost... You know what it looks like to me? You know, this would be a great reference. Obviously, Bungie didn't have this. I'm getting huge... Oh my god, that's the tiniest, lowest resolution picture of all time. I'm getting Pluto from this. It kind of reminds me of Pluto, the way that there's these, like, very dark, almost like reddish parts that go to, like, this lighter tan. It's like this is interspliced between, like, this color. It, like, very much looks like Pluto. Which, that's cool. I think that's cool. Well... You remember? Oh, wait, true! I won't forget. I won't forget. We'll just add it on. Okay, we're getting this noise roughness here. You know, maybe if I add... It could be kind of cool if on the folds, if I could also add a color to it. Just mimic the exact... cloth fold medium settings. Balance 0.5. Tiling amount. Oh, no, wait. 0.5, 0.069, and tiling 3. Not bad. Daddy. Thank you for the 2!
You're doing God's work.
Thank you. I mean, I just think I'm having fun, to be honest. I like doing this work. It's sick. Okay, wait, I messed up something. Something that is off between these two. 0.5, 0.69, nice. And then tiling 3. We have the same thing. It's oh, because you know what? That's cloth fold medium versus cloth fold large. There we go. Okay. Then we contrast it. Then we tile it. Okay, now we have like this matching thing going on. That's kind of sick. Thank you for the $5, Connor.
High Charity is powered by the key ship. However, the entire core of the structure called the Spine of the Gods is the other ship it was buoyed around.
Oh, I had no idea. I never had heard of that before. So the Spine of the Gods is that giant... It's a cylinder, then. It would be a giant cylinder, because the Spine of the Gods... Or is that the cylinder with all the, like, the pokey bits coming out, too? Maybe if I blur this one a bit more... Wait, why is it not... Let me at least change this to, like, overlay. Add? Can I change it to additive? Linear dodge. Brother, what? What's happening? Why is this not changing anything? Okay, well, it's turning it on and off based on, like, the normal cloth folding bits. That's cool. What would be really cool is if the blur did anything, which it is not. Oh. I think I get it now. Okay, now if I set it to be, like, additive, it's still not going to do anything. That's fine. Changing any of the color modes just doesn't do anything anymore. Why? Why are you like this? I just literally want to add this as a color adjustment. I feel like this is pretty standard stuff, man. I feel like this is very standard. Do I need to like move this way up? Oh, okay, there we go. I guess it was just in a weird spot there. Okay, yeah, we'll do additive. And then we'll change the color of it. I think I'll blur it a bit more. And then what we should, hopefully, maybe, possibly, be able to do is recolor it with a filter. We have a recolor here. Color balance. Color correct. Color match. I'm going to try color balance. Oh, I think this works. I'm going to give it a bit of a red. Oh, thank you for the 2, Killer T-Sog. Good to see you, man.
The most important thing, motorized wheelchair emoji.
Oh my god, damn it, dude. And then motorized wheelchair emoji. Motorized wheelchair emoji. And I think if we just do a little bit of brightness contrast to bring it down, which is what, contrast luminosity? Yeah, close enough. That does require us to do, I think maybe overlay. Not overlay, that's the inverse of like the additive. We want to do soft light? Not soft light. What would it be to add in a darker hard light? Oh. Linear light. Gonna lose it, man. Oh, wait, hold on. We do hard light, but then we do an invert filter too. Oh my god, big brain moment. There's an invert, right? Right. There it is. We're so back though. We set it back to overlay. My god, it's working. It's working. Okay, now we just need to color balance it, right? Any way for me to just like brighten it? Do we really not have a brightness, man? I just want this to match with the little bumps, man. It's not that complicated. Wish this was Photoshop. This would be so much easier. Brightness. Brightness. Ooh, wait, that's kind of cool. Do I get a blending mode? It's on blur, seed, source parameters, default noise. Let's switch it to like custom noise. You know what? I don't even care about that. We just need to bring the brightness up. But shouldn't contrast luminosity fix that? Oh, there we go. Now it's a lot more subtle. I just wanted those big shapes in there, you know? So a couple of big shapes to match along with that normal map I just added. Speaking of which, that normal map is probably a little too intense. So back to it we go. Let's quickly decrease the hardness. Thank you for the 2, Killer T-Cell.
Motorized wheelchair emoji is always watching.
No. Please no. That's pretty cool. And if we look at the height too, oh yeah, that's pretty subtle. That's pretty, maybe even a little too subtle now. Looks cool though. Getting a little bit of that bumpiness in there. Should definitely show up pretty well in game. I hope anyway. I feel like as far as the top of High Charity goes, that should be pretty good. But maybe it actually needs to be overall darker because in-game, this is going to be insanely bright. How's the roughness? Not roughness. How's the roughness looking here? It has no roughness values. Understood. Yeah, we're going to have to fix that. Let's change it so that this also gets a roughness value. Which... Damn it. We're going to add another roughness value on top. This is going to be Fold's roughness. And its entire existence is simply roughness. All of these, roughness. And that's basically just going to give it a nice variation in how light reflects off of it, which is so important. Oh my god, we gotta remake that stupid cloth fold thing again. Which is cloth fold medium, 0.5, 0.693. Alright, cool. 0.5, 0.693. Alright, so that's going to be a difference in roughness. So the white parts would be, at least in Halo logic, would be not shiny at all. Thank you for the 10, Dr.
The
Dalek
ship
Hunter.
called the Spine of the Gods is both the spike at the bottom and a dome underneath the crust and city atop High Charity. It was a hull in orbit around the Prophet's home world originally.
Wait, that's so cool. Well, I have unfortunate news for you. They retconned that then. They definitely retconned that. Because I was just looking at the wiki a second ago. And that's not what it says. Where's the High Charity wiki, man? I keep closing it. Oh, no, it's right here. Unfortunately, wiki does not say that now. If you look at this image right here, right, I passed
Did someone say city crust?
Here, 343 Industries logo. They're clearly building it around, building the shell. Thank you for the 2! 420 Blazing Victory. 042. Okay, it can't be 2 on the nose. City crust. Bump issues and resolve push the main branch of Baboon. Thank you, Sophie! I appreciate you so much. This is definitely looking like that reddish moon color that we see in Halo 2, though. This is starting to look like how I feel like High Charity should look. However, there's so much more that needs to be done. This is the base material, and I like it. I think this is actually a really good High Charity base material to use. But, all of it is going into a folder here, which I'm calling base. And we're going to make a new layer on top of this that is only going to be opacity. Our opacity will be off. And then we're going to add a black mask, which we can then paint on. And this is going to let us cut into the actual texture here. So we're going to go to our alphas. I don't know if I have any good alphas for this currently. But basically, I'm going to cut into it to kind of create this jagged kind of edge shape where it's kind of like cut into it a little bit. I don't know if any of the built-in alpha textures for me to paint with will be any good for this. I may have to go either grab some good ones or... See, you can kind of cut into it. That one's not very good. Not a huge fan of that one either. Bit too soft. I need them to be... Ooh, wait. Drips big. Go kind of crazy. Although I need like the inverse of drips big, realistically, because that's like... Maybe like this, but inverted could be nice. Not bad. Where did Cubbies find these ships in orbit? Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, theoretically they would be, right? Because like... Forerunners did be existing. They do be existing. What if I add a generator to this, actually? Add a generator. What if I did, like, edgeware, but then I, like, changed the noise of it? So metal edgeware. Wait, that actually looks so cool. What the heck? I make it so it only grunges right on the edges? Wait, that's kind of awesome, actually, because it creates these, like, open points all around High Charity. If, for the sake of reference here, we then switch back to the regular material, and then, this is not going to be the actual material, but I'm just going to do this so that we can see it. We had, like, this light blue glow coming from the inside of High Charity. This would actually show up really nicely through the whole thing. Because all that color is just coming from the inside of High Charity. Maybe we can experiment with making the edge wear, like, even stronger along the edges. Edges smooth. Because I don't want it to be, like, super grungy, but I do want there to be, like, a good amount. Ooh, we're getting somewhere with that. Halo 2 High Charity is superior. I mean, that's what I'm trying to base this off of. See, this looks cool, but I'm also like, I want more edge weight on this, but maybe this is enough. Maybe this is enough. Thank you for the tenor!
The gods was the long boom that trailed behind the holy city, where the lances of the faithful were mounted.
I don't know what that is.
It is the nigh unbreakable skeleton of a derelict fortress-class warship.
Oh. I mean, that's cool. I didn't know most of that, but that is cool. Okay, we got a little bit of blue glowies, technically, coming from the inside. Now, I'm not happy necessarily with that, because we need these kind of like stringy... You know what it almost looks like? Is like cloth tearing, but at like a massive scale. Wait, oh my god, I might actually just have something for that. Hold on. Where would it be? Alphas? Wait a minute. I think I have these from like an ancient project from years ago. I think I found them. Is this gonna work? I guess we could try this. Let's add a paint layer. Let's see, what does this look like? That could work. That could work. We just arbitrarily decide, because we have this flattened area, and on the other side at like 45 degrees, you have this big glowy bit. So flattened side, which puts the glowy bit right about here, roughly, which then I use something like this. We could create these like holes throughout High Charity. I might need to add a little blur to them. So let me actually duplicate this layer. Move the metal edgeware so it's not doubled. Actually, maybe we do double up the metal edgeware. That's kind of sick. Yeah, and then I'll add a blur. Add a paint layer that I can paint on. And then we add a blur on top of that. And now I can kind of paint in these holes using these kind of clothy textures. I need a reference for this that I can keep playing. So it kind of like stretches up and out and around. That's pretty cool. What about modeling the unyielding Hierophant for a mod? That's a giant Covenant ship, right? People have brought it up before, but I haven't like specifically thought about doing it for like a huge mod or anything. It would be cool. It would definitely be cool. It's so funny that these like clothy textures kind of work for this. It's literally just ripped fabric. But it looks good. Like, I know you're really not going to have to see this up close, but it actually works pretty well. I can kind of scatter these about. Well, I can't do it too high up, otherwise you'll see through High Charity, but... I like this, though. This is nice. Throw that down there. Put one, like, over here, right around, like, the edge of it. Boom, little boom. Not bad, dude. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think the really tricky part here is going to be doing the big circular glowy bit. I need to add also, like, glowing tech lines going through this, but then the last thing besides that would be doing the big glowing, like, windowy thing through here. Which I actually might add these glowy effects with some fake 2D glow cards from Halo Reach, because Halo Reach a lot used lights that would have these like 2D flat blue planes coming through. Is this a set piece for Permafrost, replaceable object? It is a set piece for Permafrost. I'm also just doing it because I think it's cool. Not gonna lie to you. I just think it's cool, and I just thought it might be nice to have this. Not gonna lie to you, it's just kind of sick. But yeah, I'm putting it in the skybox of Permafrost as well. Add another paint layer, and then I'll do this, and I'll cut into it to try and make it look even more like correct. Maybe this one, but like really big, and then like that, and then I would actually grab a regular shape for my brush, and I can go in and just kind of mask that out, sort of like that. Cool. Okay, lastly, I want to add these techie, glowy blue lines as an emissive mask onto this. Thank you for the 2, Mobster. Appreciate it.
RGB lights instead of blue glow when.
You know what? I like the way you think. Throw that shader on there. We got the new prophet. He just got sworn in. That would go kind of crazy. Yeah, this already looks pretty nice, though. You know what, dude? I just realized for my height map, the only height and, like, we gotta save this. The only height we have right now is from the very subtle, like, dark areas. I should totally also add these, like, the grungy dirt noise, this dark dirt noise should absolutely also be kind of bumped up a little bit. Or in. Probably up. Holds roughness, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the dirt. Yeah, this dirt texture, I really like this, by the way. Should definitely have height. A bit of height there. Bring it up. Ooh, that's nice. You can already see it. Look at that. That is such a nice, subtle detail. I'm actually going to bump that up quite a bit. That's a moon. That's Pluto, bro. Look at that. Ooh, that's good. Boom, 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 boom. I like that. Okay, now I'm gonna see if I can add those tech lines. Normally they only show up like in the shadowy bits, but what I can do is just put them everywhere and just kind of leave them subtly there. It's kind of like this, it's funny because if you look at the concept, it's kind of stringy, you know? It's like these strings kind of going throughout it. And normally, if I was a good artist, I would go in and manually paint those and, you know, have them have like hot points and stuff, but I'm just here streaming for a couple hours making a free mod. So instead, I'm gonna try to generate them. Big Blaine. Almost look like veins. They do, they're very organic. But like they have like connective, like tissuey points and stuff. It's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna only have it be emissive, and I'm gonna have it be normal. I think for what I'm gonna have to do, I'm not gonna increase the height or anything, but I'm gonna do, we'll do an emissive like bluish color just temporarily, like that, and I'm gonna add a black mask to turn it off, and a paint layer as well. No, not a paint layer. I'm going to add a fill layer. What we can do with the fill layer is instead of just giving it a generic gray or white, black or white texture, I'm going to find some kind of procedural texture for it that might look good. Because Substance Painter ships with a ton of these. Moon Buoy? It does look like a moon titty. There's got to be some kind of texture that might work for this. I don't need fonts. Let me cut fonts out of our search to make this a little easier. It says grunge brushed. No, that could work if I tweaked it, I suppose. It used to be kind of sinewy, almost organic in nature. I could kind of grab one. Oh, grunge cracks deep? Hold up. Hold up. We might be able to work with this one. Especially if I, instead of applying it via a tiling, not tiling, UV projection, we could try a triplanar projection. And in order to make it feel a little more random, we could rotate it by 45 degrees. We could try to do a little bit of tiling maybe, so they don't feel so big. Can I apply a warp to this? Add filter. Is there like a warp filter? There is. We can bring the intensity up, but oh, I see what it's doing. I don't like the noise it's using to warp it. Maybe multi-directional warp? That's making it finer rather than... I'm slopping it. I don't got that fancy ass shader with the shield doors in. Wait. Which shader? Oh! You're porting it! That would be insanely sick. Side note, if you actually do get it working, low-key could you port the window box too? Because I will lose the window box shader because your shader is not going to account for the fact that I already have modified Halo 3 shaders. That is so selfish of me to request. But if you could, that would actually be insane. Claudio thinks it's possible. At least Opus 5 extra high. Extra high is crazy, though. Okay, I don't like this warp. I feel like it should be possible. I know it's been done before. At the very least. Via noise or the source input. Do I? Okay, see, it said via noise. Source param. Oh, okay, wait. Custom noise. And then I can change the... see, now we're onto something. So I don't want that blur noise. Maybe if I got, like... oh, yes, the cloth folds could be the best noise ever. Let me just do the warp. Oh, here we go, dude. Using the cloth folds as a warp to give it more of, like, an organic... look to it. Blur the source. Oh, we are so in it, dude. Keep it just like barely tiled at all. What do you mean window? Oh, sorry, window box. It's a shader that generates. It's a special type of illumination on the regular non-halogram shader. It's an illumination type that Bungie made to generate in the shader false 3D window boxes for the sides of the buildings. It creates this illusion of depth. I have them ported over because Ollie ported them for me because he's just a fucking awesome ass dude. I can show you what they look like. Actually, I'm gonna do it anyway because I think they look awesome. But they're on Ultimate Forge because without them you don't get any depth in the windows, but they look super sick. It's a special also shader upgrade that they made for ODST so that the buildings would look cool. It's these. These window boxes are not actually modeled in. It's a purely shader generated thing to give the illusion of there being 3D rooms in here. But in reality, these are just square textures that have like texture additions applied. which looks so cool, by the way. I love this material so much. You even have them down here. Like, they hold up well. I think even games, I noticed that Overwatch had these, where you would have these, like, flat 2D windows, but they have this illusion that there's, like, a whole room in there. It's parallax. It's actually not technically parallax. It's a fully custom shader that renders a 3D cube behind the main surface. It's not actually parallax. It's fully, like, real cube. You can walk right up to it, and it gives you this convincing illusion that there's a 3D room inside. But it's actually just a cube. It holds up really well. It looks super convincing. I wasn't getting this first, then we can talk about conflict. Valid, yeah. Like I said, it was super presumptuous and kind of rude of me to even ask that, but I just was like, wait, I want that, but also I have this custom shader in my Halo 3 shaders compiled already. And back to High Charity. Back to High Charity. That's awesome, learning something new. It's such a cool shader tech. I'd never heard of it. Like I said, I first saw it in Overwatch, and I was like, that's just fucking cool. That's just actually so cool. Once I realized that shaders literally are just drawing whatever they want as pixels onto the screen, I have been like so fascinated in the unbelievable potential of them. Oh, now we're cooking. Spherical projection on this is crazy cool. But I do think the actual lines and the amount of stuff in here is too much. For the grunge cracked deep, maybe I need to tile this more. Not too much. Then we'll use our warp to try and make it look even more... I don't want to contrast it too much, or change the balance too much. We're getting somewhere. It definitely looks a little more interesting than it did before, but it's looking less organic than I would have liked. I think it can't really be tiled, or else it'll just look super odd. And also, I'm not sure if the cloth fold medium is going to be the kind of warping I want anyway. I think both of my noise textures are very subject to change here. Oh, I lied. I like that, but I think my source texture here, being these grunge cracks deep, is not going to be it. Where are they? I was on dirt, directional. Maybe? No, I don't want directional noise. Maybe creases soft. Actually, hold up. What if I do this, but then I tile the crap out of it? Yeah, no. Definitely no. One of these textures is going to look really nice, but we'll just have to keep experimenting and see. Again, I'm going for that sinewy kind of look for this. Let's see if we can pull it off. Grunge concrete. I do think the cracked deep was the closest. I will keep it in mind. Oh, wait. Dirt splats kind of has a sinewy vibe. You know what I could do? We could try this, right? Which, oh, I do like that. I do like that. But then I could kind of make it splotchy manually here by going in and masking on top of this. So, like, theoretically, right, we would add another fill layer. I would need another fill on... Well, let me try this anyway. We'll add another fill layer of, like, clouds. Thank you for the 2!
Can you
Appreciate
make the
Turbo.
base pro shop pyramid? It's like the high charity of rednecks. Every time I pray, I face the direction of the base pro pyramid.
Good. That is the direction you should be praying in. Because everybody knows Bass Pro Shop is, you know, more or less the single most important thing. I have your fill, grunge, dirt, splats. Why is... Oh, because Clouds doesn't have any applications to it. I see this. I can't really do a subtractive mask with this. Can I? Can I? No, it's just going to completely override everything. Okay. In that case, I'll probably just have to do a manual subtractive mask on painting. On baby. Can I rotate this at all? Do I get that? Rotation. That's a little nicer. A little 80-degree rotation. Actually looks pretty good. My only complaint here is that I think I need to up the contrast a little bit more. Oh, we are so cooking with that. Oh my god. Reduce the balance down. We get these sinewy lines through all of it. Oh, oh! This is almost exactly what I wanted. And then lastly, what I would want to do is to unpaint in certain areas to kind of like clear it out maybe. So anywhere that it feels like it's a bit too busy, I can just like clean that up, remove it. I don't want too much fine detail. I want like clumps of this stuff. I was gonna say I need to know about it. I actually made Halo. Wait. Imagine how Charity crashed into the map becomes a whole map extension at Third Covenant. Technically, could be done. I'm not gonna tell you by any means that that's impossible, because it is very, very possible, but... You know, that... Is that coming from there? Where's that coming from? The layer 2. Well, they just all have it. Okay, I know what to do then. Let me check the concept art. Is there any blue at the top? No. In fact, it mostly just appears in shadow all over it. I do think the lines, these are supposed to be like sinewy lines. I might have to up the contrast even further really quickly. Contrast. Oh, contrast is already maxed, dude. Oof. Do something like that. That looks a bit more natural. These lines are a bit more refined. Shouldn't be any blur on it. Honestly, I think even without the blur now, I don't even need this paint layer anymore. The warp is really good, though. It adds even more goofiness to it. But this, I'm starting to think this would be really sick. You'll see all of these like lines and things. In fact, it's getting to the point now where I don't even think I want this second paint layer that I added with all these extra bits on it. All right, I feel like I will probably want to go back and adjust this further. However, more or less, this is good. I'm going to make one more paint layer here, which is going to be for opacity only, and emission. We're going to add a black mask, and basically I'm just going to use this layer. This is going to be a fixed top. I'm going to paint all of the glow and blur on the very tippy top here out of existence. Okay, there we go. No more weird glow on the top. And out of curiosity, no, the top is more or less just an extension of the rest of it. I really don't need to do anything with that. It's thick. Now this is going to be... Oh, you know what, actually? I think maybe I do want that other paint layer on here. This one, because these aren't blue glows, these are like cutouts to the interior of the ship. Yeah, so that'll add like a second, because right now it all looks like it's one type of glow, but it's not. And now lastly, the other thing I wanted to do was to, on the glowy bits that we added, I wanted it to cut into the normal map a bit. So it won't, so it should look like scarring going into it. And in fact, for the height, I'm going to completely override the existing. So now these will look like cuts and glowing blue scars within it, as you can see from the shading there. Not perfect, but looks overall pretty nice. Oh, pretty nice. I'm seeing some opacity that's kind of cut through. What is that? Is that just the grunge? Oh, I see. Yeah, it is. That's pretty cool. But I think for the sake of everything here. It doubled up. Yeah, maybe I'll remove the metal edge wear from this and just leave it on the other one. And then on the other one, I do need to add a paint layer to fill in any, because there's all, you can only like see so far up into this. Which, how far is that even? It's like to about there. Okay, in that case, yeah, we'll have to straight up do no stuff poking out up here because the internal model does not go up that high. So I think we're pretty much done. The last thing I honestly want to do is just make the big glowy hole. Did I do that? Oh no, I did not. Redo, redo, redo. We're good. No, I definitely fucked that up somewhere. How did I do that? Okay, understood. One more time, now that I understand what's happening here. Basically just hiding anything and everything on the top part here. Okay, we should be good now. That looks nice. And we're going to copy this effect, and we're going to paste it here. Paste effect. Cool. We should be good. We should be good. All right, all right, all right, all right. It's enough detailing. Our high charity's getting there. By that I also mean I need to cut into this as well with a height in normal. Height being minus 0.25. Minus 0.5. We'll do the same thing up here on our other layer. Normal and height. Minus 0.5. Hey! Yo! Nico, thank you for the 35 months, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. The Condor needs its laser turret. No, it does not need the laser turret, alright? Me when I bigly disagree. I don't think the Condor needs its laser turret. It is cool. I don't think it's a requirement. It is incomplete, but the laser turret's so ridiculously RTS. Like, I love Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2, but some of those weapons and things like freeze, cryo rays, and like fucking like 20 Spartan laser turrets, they're OP, man. They're OP. They would be ridiculous. It's way more cool when you transport it into the FPS game and you're like, now it just has a big fucking machine gun. Whereas, like, because it makes me think of the Halo 4 Pelican, bro, where somebody was like, give it a laser turret. Like, no, dude, I don't want the Pelican to have a laser turret. I want it to have missiles and a giant machine gun. You're making me mad. I'm gonna... My classics. Thank you for the 8 months adrift. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Appreciate you. I said also how difficult is the mod campaign evolved? For now it's definitely harder than, you know, modding the classic games. For the classic games, you know, you got a whole editor, you can place stuff down, you can go in and edit all your tags. Well, this is Baboon, but you know, with Gorilla and stuff. But with Baboon getting so many updates, it's a lot easier than it was at the start, like a lot. And you are going to need to have, you know, Unreal Engine 5 installed and set up to create mods. But it's not too bad. As long as you spend like a day or two familiarizing yourself with how Unreal Engine works and Baboon works, it's good. But the tools are constantly evolving right now because the game just came out. So it's something. It's something. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. I want to put this in game already and see how it all looks. This is Condor. So listen, the Condor is cool. In Halo Wars 2 specifically, I love that it has big laser cannons. It's pretty sick. Not going to lie. However, I don't necessarily want that in Halo 3. Yeah, I gotta add that blue glow. Okay, so the circle thingy, I feel like the circle thingy wouldn't even be that hard to make. It's kind of just rings with like a hole, and then I could probably just make some basic cutouts for it. So I'm gonna say it's kind of close to the bottom actually, so maybe like right around here. This will be a new folder as well. This will be glow with a W. And that texture already looks so cool. I like that a lot. We're cooking here, man. We're cooking. We're gonna make this high charity look sick. I would honestly really like to get some more of like the edge wear on the edge. I don't want to really see any harsh flat line part of the geometry on high charity at all, because if you really look here, that doesn't exist here. It's all like cuts into it. Maybe I'll do that really quick. It would look way better. Let me just do... Is this the one that has all the... I tried to generate with edgeware. I'll keep the edgeware, but I think I will do that. Fill layer. Just simply an opacity layer, that's it. And we'll just try cutting into it with some alphas. I do have those cloth alphas imported, so perhaps we can do that. We'll go to our project. And you know, maybe we won't even do those. Let's check out the rest. We just need to cut into it with like a dirty, grungy brush. And there's a lot of those in here already. Like a ripped towel over a big space onion. Monster, thank you for the 2!
Justice for Chad Condor.
Listen, I don't want to disagree with you guys, because I also really like the idea of there being like these fucking super OP, awesome, badass parts to the Condor, but like, we gotta be real here. Alright, we can't... Oh, that's kind of cool. We gotta be real. And maybe I should add these cracks into it. That's kind of sick. Wait, this might be exactly what I wanted. It's too big, though. What if... Is there more of a... No, that's... It needs more grunge. Why don't you have default rotation values, man? Me when I see high charity. Oh! What can I do for this? Does it drop spread, maybe? It doesn't have... Bro, just rotate! Why don't you have default rotate? Do I need to just adjust my brush here? Parameters, flip, no. Give me some random rotation. Angle jitter, yes. Okay, there we go. Position jitter 0. Angle jitter 5 trillion. Oh my. So, maybe like... No. Dirt cloudy, perhaps? No, too cloudy, too soft. It needs some insane hardness. Can I maybe just adjust? Yes, that hardness to 1. There we go. Okay, I just needed hardness up. Maybe I can use this after all. Dirt brushed. Similar to what I want, a little bit more, and I think I'll be happy here. Hardness up, shape. What does shape do? Oh, I see. It gives like a sort of alpha black point. Not bad. I don't think these textures... One of the textures in here I'm certain will be exactly what I'm looking for. It needs to be solid near the center. Kind of fade out towards the edge. Hardness way up again. Keeps resetting because I keep selecting new brushes. Spacing, blah, don't care. Position jitter. Advanced blending, no. Where am I blind? I swear to God, I just lost the hardness option. Size, flow, stroke opacity. I must be blind. I swear to God, I just lost the hardness option for this. Too clean, break it up. Yeah. What I really just want is some kind of... Wait. This is it. This is it. I found it. Perfect. Kyle Brush Presets Alpha 33. My king. Oh, it's flawless. Just let me assign the hardness of my brush again, please. God, please. Low 100, minimum size. I must be just, like, losing my damn mind here. Grow capacity 100. Spacing, who cares, because I'm not going to be using it more than just placing. Position jitter, don't care. I'm about to go back in the stream and see why I can't enhance the hardness of this. Am I blind? The hardness must go up. It has to, otherwise I can't paint with it. Otherwise I'll have to just triple up every single time. Hardness value. I don't know where it is. I swear to God I just had it. Stencil, no. Advanced blending. Position. These are all my brush settings. Angle, spacing, stroke opacity. Is it like only some of them have it? That doesn't make any sense. It's just an alpha. What? Hold on. I'm Googling it. I'm so confused. Oh, I know exactly what's going on. I removed my paint layer. God damn it. I went back too far. That's got to be it, right? Size, minimum size, flow, stroke opacity, spacing. Nope, it's still gone. Okay, well, I'll just die, I guess. This is some of the rare points where I have to get a little artistic and actually manually brush paint some of this stuff in. Isn't that how it looks in-game? It's kind of like this big cut into it. You know, whatever. It doesn't matter how it looks in-game. That's how it looks in my thing. I'm slightly artistic. Don't worry about it. I really wanted to automate this so I could just like brush it in and call it a day, but no. No. Should I eat something right? I'm running on 300 calories for the whole day. Well, are you skinny and or trying to lose weight? Because if you're trying to lose weight, 300 calories is pretty sick. That's like goals right there. It entirely depends on you. So when I was trying to drop weight, I was like 300 calories. I'm awesome. Croc substance paint this model for me. Make no mistakes. Guac is so fucking epic. It's so fucking good. Oops. I really feel like I'm probably overusing the hell out of this brush, but there are no other brushes anywhere even close to as accurate as the shapes I'm going for, so fuck it. Really wanted to up the hardness, though, because now I have to, like, spam this 3 times rather than once. I guess I could always just go back in and increase the levels, add a bunch more contrast. Oh, this shouldn't take too much longer. I'm a little worried that I might be, like, overdoing the size of it, though. I'm trying to lose weight, but I don't exercise, so therefore I should probably eat. Well, if you eat 300 calories, you're just going to be hungry and you'll lose some weight. Although you won't really see the weight gain or weight loss unless you do that for like a week straight, realistically. But yeah, that's good. You are simply in a calorie deficit right now. What are we doing with one brush and erase it? Oh, you're so right. I could actually go in with the same brush and then like do an inverse of it. So smart. So smart. Real. Real and true. How much more do I have to do? Oh my god, I've only done like half of it. It's over, bro. It's over. I'm just gonna get lazy with it since I know in the end I'm actually just gonna go through and like do a solid brush around the very bottom edge anyway. As long as the top part looks good, that's fine by me. This is why I like, I don't make any, I don't try to pretend that I'm like some god tier artist or anything here. You guys, any of you guys who are watching, there's a lot of you guys watching right now, so many of you are artists, and you probably know what I'm doing here, and you're probably like, this guy's being slow as fuck, or his technique looks too repetitive, or the results aren't gonna look that good. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some god tier artist. Ever, ever, ever. I wish I was. That'd be so awesome, dude. I wish. So many of my friends are super talented artists, and I'm like, how are you doing what you're doing? I wish I could do that. Okay, that's good enough for a start. My next step is going to be adding another paint layer on top of this. I'm going to go back to the basic soft brush for this. And essentially, all I'm going to do is just brush in the... Oh, that's not soft. Why did I get the hardness attribute back, man? Where did that come from? Oh my god, I had a parameter for this one, but not on the others. Oh, it's really just not that soft, is it? Give me a softer brush. Shape cone, shape ball. Yeah, I'm just going to do this, essentially. Just to ensure that the full edge hardness is achieved. That we can't actually see this bottom bit. I'm cooking way too hard on this texture. I hope it at least is worth it and looks good in game, but when I do something, I want to do it right. I hope this looks right. And after this, we can do a full cut down and into it like Venom said, because Venom is real as fuck for that. He knows a thing or two. Yeah, this will just ensure, and I'll probably blur this one as well. Okay, there we go. We've gone all the way around. Now we've got these cuts. Now, another paint layer to do the subtractive, or wait, additive cutting. Isn't it called like Kevin? Oh, fuck. Was it Kyle? Kyle, give me your brushes again, please. Your brushes are phenomenal. W. Is it, like, blurred? Why is... Thankfully, I'm not going to be using full fade transparency on the shader. A lot of this is going to be cut out, so it'll average a lot of these shapes and make them look less uniform and repeating. But that should be cool nonetheless. Yeah, this area is when I got lazy. This came out very, very uniformly. Like, just to break it up, I think I'll add, like, an extra big part here. Maybe, like, one more right here. It's not my best work, but we're getting somewhere with it. Okay, and we put it all together. Now that's starting to look like High Charity. Those like... nice edges to it. They're doing something. I like it. The last thing that I'm going to do real fast is to clean up this bottom face here. It is, in fact, a bit not supposed to look like that. A bit extra down here. Short brush and just clean all that up. At the point in the scale that this is going to be at in-game, I highly doubt anyone will ever notice this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Gonna be a map event? Could be. For now, I'm just definitely gonna shove it in the skybox, but I might have it, like, do something cool. Maybe it can, like, slip space off into the distance and, like, position itself in orbit. I know in Halo 3, obviously, we see High Charity, like, come flying in, so obviously it has the capability to at least fall with gravity into the atmosphere somewhere, so we could give that a go. But it wasn't my plan originally. Okay, lastly, we're going to switch back to that cool brush that I like. Shout out Kyle's brushes. I have no clue who Kyle is, but your brushes rock. And I'm going to add in some of this to kind of have some parts of this, like, wrap in and down. Oh, the edge wear is really intense here. Okay, that's fun, I suppose. I think that has enough general variation for me to be reasonably satisfied with it. So there's our alpha mask. Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh. At some point, I drew giant fucking blobs. I'm so glad it's additive and not overwriting everything. Close call. Close call. High Charity's looking kind of fucking awesome, though. Not gonna lie. We have one last to do. Oh my god, there's another one right there. I can see it. Oh. These fuckers are everywhere. What? Oh, that's actually supposed to be there. As for you, you are not supposed to be here. Yeah, nobody will notice. Can't tell what's what, because I actually do have blobs on it. Oh, whatever. And overall, this is looking pretty sick. Looks so good. It's starting to look pretty good. It's very reminiscent of like the Halo 2 high chair. I think once we get actually in game and like we can add the like lightly blue reflections and like the different shadowing kind of colors to it, we can make it look even more like the actual concept art, because the shadows in game kind of have like this orangish purple hint, like a lightish blue reflection with like an orangish purple type shadowing to it. So I really want to see that happen. How stacked do you think the sand showing one? Probably pretty stacked given their lore. All right. This definitely is starting to feel like Halo 2 High Charity. I'm fucking with this pretty heavily. Lastly, circle. Cool circle. So let me study this real quick. I'm seeing a thick inner ring raised up, 2 sequential down rings, and then like a deep hole cavernous in the center. So I'm going to place it about right here. Let's make a new folder up here. We're going to call this folder cavern or ring. We'll make a new fill layer. For this, for now, I'm going to do color and height. We'll have opacity too, but I might do that on a separate layer. This one doesn't need opacity. So for the first one, we'll do ring inner. And the plan for this is to simply first make a black mask, so we're not overwriting the whole thing. We'll add a paint layer. And we do need it to be a circle. A generally strong circle. Maybe I'll just use the basic shape brush for this. Like, low-key, I don't think it needs to be any more complicated than that. We could do, like... First, we'll set the height up to, like, I'll do 0.75 for the top ring here. We'll have it be, like, kind of like that. Shrink inwards and go down. We have this, like, big ring. Height... This layer, height, override completely. Okay, it's very tall, allegedly. I think it's kind of hard to see that it's tall because I ended up using a soft ring. Maybe I needed this to be a pretty hard ring shape. Let's try this. Let's do like an actual ring alpha on it. Like that. And maybe like subtract from it. Okay, yeah, that's going to be the move then. So we'll do, this is going to be the inner ring, so it's going to be the smallest one. Yeah, I'm being kind of dumb, aren't I? Well, let me look at the picture one more time. Thin ring. So it's sequential wide rings with a thin inner ring. Okay. Ring 1. This is going to be our outermost ring, so it actually is going to be a pretty, like, tall... What? It's going to be a pretty tall and large ring here. And we'll set this to 0.25. And then we'll duplicate this. And the height on this one will be even taller at 0.5. Like that. And then we'll have the innermost ring, which... Ring 2, and then we'll have the final one, ring 3. DePaul, thank you for the 27 months, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Profits are... Oh, that's why they're hunched? Is that true? That's kind of awful. I had to decode your fucking leet speak right there. Last ring is going to be super tall at 0.75. I don't really like how that looks, to be honest. It's like technically accurate, but like the way that I did it, I'm just not happy with it. It looks too oniony. The actual one here, it's like pretty wide, and then the actual hole is like pretty small.
It's Mr. Feature Creep himself, Gah.
That's me! I actually think the way that I had it before was kind of sick. I'm Mr. Feature Creep. Thank you for the 3-modded gamer. Look, we're making high charity. Just for funsies, because we're just crazy like that, man. I'm insane. I'm nuts. Please help. Alright, so I do have this set to have color. And Loki, I don't even think it needs color. I want to be so real. I think I'm just going to turn that off. Well, maybe I could have another color layer on top of it that just kind of darkens it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. We're going to do this. It's just going to be a straight up color layer. That's all it's going to have. Maybe with a little bit of dark roughness, actually. Okay, wait. If it's really shiny in Substance Painter. So those were, I think, supposed to be... I don't know. I'll see how it turns out. I'll adjust it once we get it in game. Anyway, black mask, add paint. And color will be like maybe like a dark brown. Then I'll basically use this to just paint a quick thingy like that. Big cratered area. Jesus, how big do I have to make it? That? Or I guess that's fine. And then the best part is the glow. We need like a really, really cool glowy painted bit in here. Oh, and this ring in the middle needs to like really go in. Let's duplicate this. Duplicate layer. This is going to be the inner ring now. So this whole layer is going to go height like -1, like super deep in. And we're going to do the cone shape brush. Add paint. Boom. Wait. Boom. Hard to tell. Boom. Why is it? Oh, I see. Because in the curved part, it's like... Okay. Kind of hard to tell how that... Oh, there we go. We can really see it there. It, like, dips in pretty far when you look at the reflection. That's sick. I like that. There's our, like, whole thingy. Now we need to add glow around it and mask the glow on it to make it look even better. That'll be our final task here before we put it in game. Oh, dude, this is gonna look so cool, man. I'm so excited to see this. We can darken that a little bit more. Maybe not that much. All right, last adjustment. Add a slight blur to it, because I think the little ringed segments could use a little blur. Just a touch of a blur. That feels a little nicer. Now we add the emission. So we'll go back to our glow layer. We're going to add a new fill layer. Actually, we'll just duplicate with the existing glows. All our colors and everything. Delete all the paint layers on them. Wait, that's an alpha layer. Hold on. We would need to go to U. Yeah, sure. We'll duplicate this one. This will be our ring glow. Bring it up over everything else. Blah, blah, blah. Go, go, go. Add some paint. Make sure this is working. Perfect. Literally just going to add a glow there. And let's compare it really quickly to the picture. It's kind of got like a hot spot with like an extra ring glow. Maybe I'll have to like manually paint it a bit. We'll do, maybe we could grab one of these. And then do a little shape around. Inner. There we go. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to freehand it. I'm not even going to really bother with it because I'm going to do like here. Or maybe I'll clean it up a little because that was a bit rough. We'll do perhaps a little blur. I'm not sure if I like how it's going to get. The blur is not enough to get the effect I want. Like one more time. You just kind of have this like a subtle. Oh, okay. I see what I want. What I want is I do want that blur, kind of like this. So screw it. It's not on a paint layer, whatever. But then we want to add a filter blur like this, so it's going to kind of fade outwards. And then on top of that, we add a paint layer that subtracts from it. Fuck, I have to be really careful about this paint layer. I can see the underneath part here. I'm going to just kind of go along with that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Wait, I'm confused actually. Isn't this just supposed to have emissions? Height, color, normal opacity. Oh, it doesn't even have emissions set. Okay, yeah, we'll do height. We don't want height, don't want normal. We just want emissive. That was whack. I didn't realize I didn't even have a emissive set on that. So that was really an opacity layer. Cool, sure, whatever. Let's copy this color, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Go back. How would I test the shader edit? Only place I can think of is the highway 3rd level. There's an ODST shader you could port over if you wanted to try and throw it on something. It's under Objects, Gear, Atlas, Covenant, Force Field Barrier Shaders, and it is Force Field Barrier shader halogram. Literally this one right here, you can see. If you port this and try to shove it on something, and then you put that object in the ground and it works, then big W. You should be able to just drag and drop it from ODST into Halo 3. Also, you do have to compile shaders, which I don't know if you have ever done that before. This is so confusing, but okay. Sorry, I don't know what step you're at or what your knowledge on everything is fully. Okay, we got the high charity pimple. I kind of want to add like some glowy bits textured onto this, but at least we need to put this in game. Shader's already compiled, just need to slap it on something. Oh. Yeah, this, if you just drag and drop this tag from ODST and then throw it on something, it probably... Well, actually, I would just drag the whole force field barrier folder in from ODST in this location and then throw that shader onto something. All right, I think we're like ready at this point to put this in game. Although the ring coloration, that roughness is like crazy weird. Like it should be like super rough actually. There. I'm gonna try putting this in game. I think this is pretty good. Shouldn't this be like really bright? Yeah, this should be really bright now that I think about it. I'm gonna tweak that real quick because I want it to look awesome. But yeah, I think we're here. Yeah, whatever. We'll just see how it looks. Time for textures. So for these textures, where's my Halo folder? We need a high charity folder. I only need high charity top, color, roughness, and normal. Okay, these are our textures. I'm going to rename them to high charity top, high charity top Z bump, and high charity top not roughness, spec. These are our textures. Oh, you know what? Actually, I need to export the opacity too. That'll be used for our alpha map. Don't I have a setting? Hold on, let me see. PBR metallic roughness. I'm just gonna edit the global settings on this project. We'll do PBR metallic roughness is not gonna have alpha, and then instead we'll add an opacity. One will be mesh. This one will be mesh spec. And this one will be mesh Z bump. And then we'll add a new one. Create a gray channel from opacity. I think it's just gray, right? It would be alpha. No, I think it would be gray. And then this will be mesh alpha specular. What would it be? Alpha mask? Yeah, whatever. It's going to be a RGB gray export anyway. Okay, cool. We'll do that. Alpha, Z-bump, specular. Let's do it again, because I don't know which one's which. Cool. There we go. Z-bump, specular, flood, and no... They're awesome. Okay, perfectly exported. Technically, we need to invert the specular, but I'll do that in Photoshop in a second. For now, we need to get this in-game. New high charity. God, I hope it looks good. God, I hope it looks good. Why can't you use the cool ring the original model had? I could, but it was based off the Halo 2 anniversary thingy, and I'm being picky and trying to base it off of the Halo 2 classic one, which is the one I've been referencing the whole time. Objects. Levels. Multi. Huge towers. High charity. Okay, so we have a high charity folder. Paste our bitmaps in. So we have our new textures, all 1K. And then, is that not... I only have one folder. Where's my other one? Okay, whatever. We need to go to my projects. Halo 3. Models, high charity. Right there. Okay, so we have that. So this will be our render folder. And then we actually don't need anything else as far as I know, because I can just now do this, where I grab you. Go 3 tags. And we're going to grab the actual cinematic tag that we've been using this entire time from campaign for this bad boy right here. That's going to be high charity flood. All I'm doing is grabbing the scenery and model tag. And we're going to bring that to tags, objects. Oh, wait. Scenery, model, and shaders. Because we want to grab the OG shaders. We can load things that are bad and ass. Me too. Me too. Yeah, this is looking pretty good so far. Tags, objects. We're going to go hit up levels, multi, huge towers. And then... Oh, I didn't make a folder for it, but there will be one in here called High Charity. Boom. Rename this to just HC. Or no, actually they should probably be named High Charity fully. High Charity there. And I don't know, can I bulk import with Bonobo? Don't save, don't save, don't save. Is it auto update as well? Objects, levels, multi, huge towers. I have 5 refresh. How do I refresh my tags? High charity is not here. Refresh button. I don't think there is. I might have to switch to Gorilla for a second. Be lazy. Okay, we have high charity scenery, which we now have to target to our new model that we just copied. High charity is right here. Okay. Bulk import our new render model, which should have all the shaders in. Yeah, I lied. It doesn't have all the shaders it needs. We need high charity top, high charity lights, and high charity underside. Temporarily, I'm going to redo some of these to those. So that'll be flood top, flood append. The flood append as high charity underside. I think inside, I think flood smallest. Which one are you? Flood smallest. I need the opaque one. Inside junk is not opaque. Is it smallest? No, junk 3. You're the opaque one. Perfect. That can temporarily be high charity underside. What is high charity lights again? These are high charity lights. Okay, we'll do the same for that then. High charity underside. High charity lights. And then lastly was high charity top, which We're going to do flood top to be HC top. And that is going to be where our new shader is from. Speaking of which, we got to get those bitmaps in, our textures, bitmaps, objects, levels, multi, huge towers, high charity, bitmaps. I exported them as PNGs, didn't I? Yep. PNG, 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 die, copy, close, bring them in. Sick. I think we're mostly good to go now. We should be able to spawn this in. I need to re-import it now that we created all the textures, but I should be good to spawn this in. Let it cook, let it cook. Looks good. It did have duplicate triangles, but who cares? Let's spawn it in. It's going to look scuffed. We do need to fix it. It's still going to have the flood texture, or yeah, because we didn't swap it for our brand new texture that we just made. But I at least want to make sure the model is in, and then we're going to make it look like actual high charity, which is probably going to require at least a little bit of tweaking the roughness map. The top is probably going to end up being way too shiny because I still haven't inverted the roughness map from Substance Painter. But that is, in fact, not the correct model. Objects, levels, multi, huge towers, high charity. Let's just manually import it. Tool, render, objects. I don't know why it wasn't working. Levels, multi, high, charity, final. Let me spell it. Oh, I did. I just want to see it, man. We've been working for this for so long. Show me. Why are there so many duplicate triangles? Good God. Default has too many vertices. Just by a little. What? Where are the duplicate triangles? I mean, all of this is... Oh my God, why is that so many verts? What the fuck? That was ridiculous. Damn. Anyway, let's try that again. Export. The way it rendered through Baboon may have, like, quadrupled the amount of vertices for, like, no reason. Let's see now. Still a trillion duplicate triangles, but it's going to import this time. Yeah, it might be real. I don't know why it had like a billion duplicate triangles like that, but it definitely did. That one also had a bunch. That one too. That one was good, actually. Fixed that one already. Computing lighting. I wonder how much lighting this thing has. What's it set to? 2 bounces? That's pretty high. Okay, it'll take a second. I'm going to go AFK for 30 seconds while this cooks. I'll be right back. 1 sec. Let's see what we got here. I just realized I forgot to export the emissive maps to... Oops! That's an easy fix, but oopsies. Right, I didn't export them, did I? Metallic emit... Yeah, I didn't export emissive. Let me edit that really quick. Right, PBR metallic roughness. PBR metallic roughness. Emissive is going to be our glow, which... Is it called? No, it's self-illumination. Yeah, so it's an illume map. So mesh illume. Boom. Cool. In fact, I probably should make that all white. But whatever. I'll end up tweaking that a bunch anyway, so it's no biggie. Replace those, add our new one, bring our new textures in. Looks good. Now we can grab our object. Like, again, I don't have the textures hooked up yet, so it's going to look a little wonky, a little wacky, but we basically are good here. We just need to apply the render model. Boom. Oh! Okay, it looks scuffed right now, because again, we're still using the flood texture on it. We fixed that. We fixed that. Oh, wow. Even the underside, which I haven't even textured already, looks cool. All right. Let's now give our textures to this thing. I think the first thing that we're going to notice when it comes to this is that it's going to be... The glow is going to be too intense on the top. That's my suspicion here. I'm going to copy and paste this so I can just spam all the textures. Anyway, high charity, bitmaps. Okay, so there's our main texture. Then our specular mask is going to come... Yeah, it is going to come from a texture. So specular will be our specular mask. We do have a bump map. So here's our Z bump. For our alpha test, I don't know if I want to do alpha test or just change the blend mode to alpha blend. I'll do alpha test for now. Then we'll change this to opaque. So alpha test. Choose our alpha. And the only thing now we need is self-illumination, which we should already have. So we can paste self-illum. It's not going to be perfect, but let's see what we're... I hate it. Wait, do I need to change it off of opaque? I'd probably do fade, right? Alpha blend. Hello? Where's my alpha map? Not going to look any good without my good alpha map. Yeah, white to black. Looks correct. Is there a special format I need? No, well, it seems fine. Alpha test simple. Obviously the color is wrong, and we'll get there. It also looks like the bump map isn't taking any effect. Most of the textures are not currently applied. It's being weird. We don't see bump map. We don't see alpha map, so it looks super whack. Looking sick. It's supposed to look way better. Why is that? You know what? We'll do two things really quickly. I gotta fix these textures anyway. I know what I need to do. Okay, we need this one. My bump map applying. Okay, bump map is good, or at least it should be. Right. I don't see the bump map rendering, but we can get that to render. So I'm going to first take, this is our roughness map we exported. I'm going to invert it to make it specular, and we're going to save that out. That's going to adjust that texture. Then we have the Main alpha texture. This is the cutout part. I'm going to do this as an export from now on, but I'm going to put this on the alpha channel. And we'll save this. And then we will do the following. We will switch it to not use an alpha test map. We'll set it to use a not opaque style. Where? Oh, it's already set, isn't it? Alpha test none, material mode, cook torrents, dynamic, alpha black. Okay, so it's already on it. We're re-importing our textures. Maybe? Oh, it's inverted. Close. Alpha blend's not going to be the mode we want. That's definitely not going to be the mode we want. We'll do opaque. Just going to remove that entirely from the equation. And then maybe I do want alpha test, actually. Oh, right, duh. Alpha test map will only work. Okay, yeah. And if it's in the alpha channel. Right, but now it's inverted, so okay. Well, uninvert it. I totally forgot that Halo worked that way. I don't love that. The way that it's cutting it out is kind of mid. Oh, right. It's supposed to look different because the internals are supposed to be a bit brighter. And I remember the other thing was the illumination is way too high. Because if we look back at our concept art, you can see there's this very bright blue glow through there, which is kind of what I want for the internals. Right now, the internals are using a temporary placeholder texture. Even in Blender, I believe the internals are quite a bit brighter than that. And that material is called HC Lights. So I think all we really need to do is, to make this look even better, go to our lights material here. And right now it uses this self-illumination map, which is tiled pretty heavily. I would imagine, can I do 2? Let's do 2. We'll change our illumination type on this from simple to Illum Detail. Set our Illum Detail to that. And then we'll set our main self-illum map to be... What can I use? Default white. Because I'm just tile it. Maybe I didn't want Illum Detail. I wanted... I can think of a setup that would work. I would need some custom textures for it, but I don't want to bother with that right now. 0 to 200 over what? No function, just cosine over time period. 500 seconds? What about 5? Right, anyway. We need to adjust these settings a crazy amount now that we have it in game, because I am not happy with it currently. We can make this look so much better. The shell's too light. Oh yeah, the shell is way too light. I believe that's due to the way the specular is interacting with it. So it's also the coloration of it. So diffuse, I'm going to put down to like 0.2. What is that diffuse to? Oh wait, that's not the right one. What was it, 0.8? We're going to edit the top shader. So currently, it's got nice bump maps, blah, 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 all very lovely. Bump map 1. Bump map details, a little rocky texture. I don't even see it currently, but we'll just assume it's there. We're going to set our diffuse to 0.1, which is going to look terrible. We're going to set our diffuse to 1, and we're going to... Do I even want cooked torrents? Yeah, I want cooked torrents. Yeah, I don't want too low bump. We're going to have our specular tint, which is currently this gray. Save it. Set it to white. I want to see what that looks like. Okay, so it becomes super, super bright. Obviously not what we want. Bring our specular coefficient way down. We'll give it maybe... I believe we wanted it to have that spacey blue to it. And then on the back, I believe it was supposed to be kind of this, like, faded purple. As for the self-illumination on this, we definitely need to make sure that it's pretty low. Or actually, I don't even want it to be low in-game. I want it to be low on the actual model itself. Technically, these glowy bits here are supposed to be really faded, and this is supposed to be insanely bright. Unfortunately, the normal map doesn't seem to be doing, like, any work at all on this thing. I think I'm just going to set its bump map to standard. Which it definitely is in, and I can even see that right there. Let me see if that helps it at all. No, so what I'll do to make it pop out even more is I'm just going to repeat the bump height. Intensify it. Now I can see some of the intensity on the side there. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I should have modeled it in to be a little more obvious. Well, regardless, we sort of kind of have it. It's not nearly as good as it should be looking right now. Color-wise, it should be more like this. And I'm going to be real, that bump height is kind of killing it for me. Bring it back to 5. That stuff about the second foreigner shipping the spine of the gods is only 343 lore. Then it's not canon to Permafrost. It is simply a big, cool spaceship here. Okay, we need to get some color consistency here. I think what I'm going to have to do then is I'm going to darken the entirety of the main shell color. I'm going to see if I can do it through the shader here, but I'm going to openly speculate that that's not happening. Let's set that default. For our oh, okay, wait, we're getting somewhere. Back to default. Our detail map is flood film detail. Oh my god, what? Yeah, I see it. Ew. Let me go from default to detail blend. Switch to rocks dirt detail. Default again. Check this one. Our rocks dirt detail looks pretty good actually. Could be good for this. Very, very subtle. I'm going to increase or decrease its tiling down to like 15. Not bad. I think it sort of adds to it. Now, the main thing here is that I want the reflections to work a bit better. So, diffuse down to like 0.5 is going to darken it. It's already starting to look a little better. We're going to do 0.25 here. Maybe it's a bit too much. Then we could up the specular to like 0.25. Oh, these are the inverse of what I want, actually. So I believe we want like a lightish pale blue. Or the direction of the... Good God, man. Brunel is supposed to be like the side color, right? It's like in the opposite direction. Maybe I should do the Covey type. The Covey types make more sense for the shader. Roughness is 1. At 0.1 it becomes like a wet type of color, right? Yeah, it does. Oh, I see, I see. It's not based off of light direction on this, is it? It's just literally applying a Fresnel around the edges and not caring too much about the actual direction of light. Fun part about the Halo 3 two-lobe Fong type of material is that it does care about light direction. At least I think it does. Let's set our roughness back. We don't have roughness anymore. Alright, I'm just going to tweak these values a little bit until I find something that I actually like. Okay, so now it becomes like super hilariously shiny. Normal specular power 40. Okay, that looks good. And then glancing specular power 1. What if I up that one to 40? Well, I'm not going to worry about it. So for the reflective side, we do kind of want this like palish blue. And then for the specular tint on the other side, it should be kind of like a dark purple. The balance between the two is going to be the most important thing here. And then we need to make sure that it's not insanely bright. So one big part of that is going to be the colors. Normal specular power 40. What if I set it to 4? I see. And then glancing specular power 40. Doesn't make a huge difference. So we're going to bring our specular intensity down substantially. That'll allow us to bring the base color out a lot more. Honestly, no idea. You did this. You did this. Oh, right. And before I forget, I know that this texture still doesn't look super good in game. However, I want to take the entirety of the glow, intensity, and brightness on all of the glow layers. I'm going to bring this all way down. So right now, emissive... Oh, opacity. Right, this one is doing emissive. So what we'll do... darken the emissivity substantially so it becomes a lot more subtle. Let's try that. That could be cool. Honestly, still might be a little too bright. It's a bit better though. This glow ring, I need to redo that. I don't like that. Yeah, sorry, I have not been reading chat. Please check the images I sent you when you get the chance. Oh, did you? Oh, oh. Wait, is that actually Halo 3? No way. It's working! You actually did it! Holy fuck! The edge glow, it's so edge glowy. Halo 3 has never had that. My god. This man has ADHD meds. I fucking wish. Well, hopefully my psychiatrist appointment goes well tomorrow. That looks so good. Oh my god. Is that what... Yes, it's this little glowy edge that generates around anything. I don't know if it's just geometry or if it's other stuff too, but it's so nice because it actually allows the plasma force fields to interact. Reach and ODST were big on that, especially Reach, but Halo 3 just didn't have that. It's such a good effect. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Makes me so happy to see. I'm glad that works. I mean, okay, look, I feel like you must be disappointed. You're like, oh, that's it. But you have to understand this. I mean, there are other effects I wish worked that I don't even think Reach or ODST have, like fading upon entering geometry as well. So that way, because like this, I think does like an alpha transparency mask rather than fading the actual cloud texture around the edges. But Halo 3's plasma stuff is literally, there's no interaction with the environment at all. At all. The shader doesn't give a shit when anything goes through it. Edge fading doesn't work unless you're on like the alpha blend type, which looks terrible. Additive type shaders cannot at all. Even in ODST, I think additive type shaders, when you're set to the additive type blend mode, there's no fading at all. It's just the fading shits out and stops working. And I literally looked into it and I was Googling it and doing so much, and it was just like, oh yeah, their blend mode just isn't set up for that. I'm like, oh, cool, awesome. Glad that just doesn't work. You can set up the edge fade effects in the shader as much as you want. Now figure out what all I did so you can make this compatible with your current stuff. He literally just ported the window box. I mean, theoretically, if you just send me all of that and port the window box also, then it becomes the exact same thing. Right? Pretty sure. Because he set it up exactly like it is in ODST. It was a direct port. But thank you. Thank you for doing this. Is insane. I probably should have been able to do this myself without having to bug you for it, but I appreciate that you basically just ended up volunteering because that's so cool. Because like, look at this is what the Spire domes look like right now. This is the extent of Halo 3's ability to do anything. It just hard cuts. And technically it still will hard cut into the terrain because Halo 3's additive type, and I think even ODST's doesn't support fading out additive type like plasma materials. So it just hard cuts into the ground, but at least having that little line on the intersection would be so cool. ODST has window box? Yeah. Oh. You would have had a huge nightmare doing this. Had to mess with the depth buffer? Oh no. I would have just been like, Claude, look at ODST, now look at Halo 3. Fix it. Bring it over. Go. Now, you know what the real witchcraft would be? And I don't know if you give a shit to try this, but shadows. Halo 3's shadow system sucks so much. It's the worst part of Ultimate Forge when you build any map is how shitty the shadows look. Look at this. Oh, I don't even have... I literally turned off shadow. Okay, there. It's so bad. And this is all the way into Reach, too. Reach has the same issue. When you put multiple objects with dynamic shadow casting next to each other, this happens. It's terrible. They all get an individually casted shadow, and all of the shadows stack upon each other. And the shadow interaction with the environment is so plain. It's literally just casting onto a basic shadow map that each of them generate on it. It's so... I'm sure there's like a billion better modern things that would be better than that. It's literally the worst because anytime you build a map in Halo 3 or ODST or Reach, all dynamic objects have the worst shadow ever. It's so terrible. And there's some nice things about it, but like it's just... Obviously, it would be insane for it to ever imagine a dynamic shadow interacting with like an actual shadow map, but then there's like this, you know? The object floats and then like... I don't know, I just hate Halo 3 shadow system. I get it, Xbox 360 limitations, etc., but like... Okay, one big issue, this roughness map sucks. I'm just gonna call it out for exactly how it is. This roughness map sucks weenies. Before I even fix the roughness map, we're gonna do some edits to how this exports, so I don't have to deal with this crap anymore. PBR metallic roughness. We're going to put the opacity in here after all. Gray channel. And then we're going to check our roughness values. I mean, theoretically, it should have a lot of adjustments to the roughness. Yet in-game, I'm really not seeing that. I guess I am a little bit. I think the problem is that it's like the roughness is so high at all. Is that because the base? Oh yeah, base roughness is set like completely white. Okay, then we'll fix that. Fill layer on the bottom. Not handling any of that. Not you. Not you. You. Not you. Or you. All you. Okay. Levels. I don't want height adjust, I want levels. Where's levels? Don't forget, it also cuts out for more than 5 feet or it barely floats off the ground. Yeah, it's... You can adjust that technically in like performance settings, but it really is not great. Where's blur slope? Is there really no leveler? Must be, surely. I thought clamp would work. Maybe contrast, if I reduce the contrast substantially, that might help. Let's try that. Save that. We'll export it out. That'll put it onto our specular mask. So now we need the flood plus specular... Or no, wait. No. You were supposed to... Oh, you were so... Take the opacity layer. It's fine. Totally, it's completely fine, guys. It's totally fine. Let's now go into Photoshop and fix it myself. Every single time. Re-import. Okay. I'm getting somewhere. I definitely need the internals to glow a hell of a lot more so it really shows through the holes around it. And the glow is more manageable, but it should be still much more. Was it like a boob? Yeah. Yup. That's it. Wait, 0.2, let's change this to 0.4. Oh, here we go. We're getting somewhere. I'm going to change this to have just a little bit of specular, but the little amount of specular that it does have is going to be crazy. I think the underneath shading parts are way too dark. I'm going to have to up the ever-loving hell out of those and make them way less dark. Because the top is technically fairly bright in color. It definitely needs a lot more contrast than it has here, because it looks like this. But if we actually upped the contrast, it would need to have... Think what we would have to do for this, right? We would set it to be really dark like this. And then we would have to up the specular coefficient to be much higher. But then we would have to make the specular power, I think, more like that to gain that highlight. And then the rear one would probably have to be brighter if I had to guess. No curve. I think 0.5 is what I would want. Color-wise, it's starting to get there. Let me set this to a bright red really quick so I see where this is appearing. Okay, so that's just kind of like the outer Fresnel. 0.5 to 1. Kicks that back. Letting that doesn't really do a whole lot. That red, and then I'll do a really deep blue so we can see exactly how these two are interacting. So it doesn't seem to care a lot about the direction. The analytical specular contribution, let's up that. Okay, so that's going to give us the highlight we want. Area specular contribution. Okay, I cranked that a little too high. Area specular is another one that we definitely want to have. These two are just basically going to be Fresnel curves that are going to go around the edges. So environment map, 1. Doesn't really seem to care too much. Don't have to worry about that. Oh, right, we do have an environmental map as well. That's what I really should be caring about here. Alright, I think I have figured it out. So we're going to have this purple color. And let me turn this back down. Area specular contribution 5.5. And then we'll have this lightish blue specular color. And then, good God, take me back. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We can probably bring this to like 0.5. Color back. I'm just going to keep the illumination kind of low right now, because I'm not in love with how the illumination map looks right now. Plus, there's some extra effects I actually want to add as like full-on textures, but we're getting there. It's starting to look like High Charity. And the big thing I want to do, though, is I want to add this like lightish blue glow to the environmental specular, and I'm going to up the actual contribution to it. Analytical, I believe, is based on the actual environment. It's the color of the sun, and I really don't get much control over that. So I can leave that as is, because it's like in atmosphere or whatever. That's like, oh, it's shiny based on the sun's color. As for the purpley bit, I feel like that should be like a dark purpley blue, maybe, for that reflective color. Environmental tint color was a very saturated blue for a time. At least in the concept art. We're starting to get there. It's starting to get like that shiny, kind of rocky look. Might even be a little too shiny. Let me see. What if I crank that to 1? Yeah, that doesn't really seem to care a lot about anything relating to this. Just send over the modified plasma shader still. Oh. Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Let's do a little bit more of that. Thank you for the 2, monster.
This whole stream.
No, literally, I'm so excited to see. Zophie's been cooking like an insane amount. No, maybe I should darken this. Sorry, I want to check it. I just, like, monologuing as I hopefully get this working a little better. Oh, Zophie's been absolutely popping the fuck up. I'm gonna be so real, dude. High Charity barely looks any different, even after all this work, relative to the Blood version. And that's upsetting to me. Why? Comparing Flood High Charity, which looks like a big fucking McMuffin, the non-Flood High Charity. I think I could have just done better. Mine just lacks a little bit of that depth that I would like to see. It does look, well, it's a little too bright, but it does look High Charity-esque. Just too bright. I feel like I work in a sweatshop. No! Yeah, it's just way too bright. I wish I could just enhance the depth of the shadows on this thing. Perhaps I can. I have an idea. I think if I do this, not that. I need to sharpen the actual shadow because this thing needs lighting contrast. Like it needs lighting contrast. So the opposite of that, basically. Definitely not that. Okay, that's kind of cool, actually. Oh. We're getting somewhere. Contrasting shading is starting to pop. I maybe change this to lower it while I'm still changing settings. Not really. And a 0.5 perhaps? No, no, no. Definitely a bit too shiny. Maybe if I take this from 0.5 to 0.4? 0.3. I guess the real downside is that I just have no control over what color that reflection is. Oh my god. That kind of looks High Charity-esque. DDR3? Oh no, not even DDR4. That is brutal in this day and age. The main thing this is missing is a very bright blue glow coming from the underside. I think if the bottom of this was a bright glowy blue, it would look so much better. It's just so dark. It is so damn dark. Do they have a plastic metal section? No, that's PBR, and it's not really present here. You have to kind of tweak the shaders until the lighting gives that impression. Although, this is already starting to look pretty good, as far as the reflections I was hoping for go. It's mostly dictated by the map and the level and the way the lighting renders on it, but so far it's actually looking pretty sick. If we just get more blue glowies coming from the underside, it'll be so damn good. Okay, I need to see what Zophie sent because plasma tags and plasma... I'm backing up absolutely everything, but thank you, Zophie. This is so sick. I'm so excited to see. Alright, I'll leave the game open for a second. I'm obviously going to have to reset my game because Zophie's sending me, like, shader tags that will completely edit everything. There it is. Alright. So I'm going to go tags, shaders, halogram. I'm making a new folder. Backups, pre-plasma. Okay, so the things we need here to back up are self-illumination, halogram, self-illumination, halogram, self-illumination FX, halogram entry point, oh no, we need halogram render model definition. Method definition, I mean, and then entry points FX, of course, inevitably, everything's going to edit entry points. And then Cortana FX. Interesting that it edits Cortana. And then put that into our Cups pre-plasma. And we have shader options and halogram templates. Good God, I forgot how many of these were in here. I'm just going to back up all these. And then the other one was shader templates, which is Illume, shader templates. I'm dumb. It is shader options. Loom, multi-layer, for change color. Okay, that's everything. Close my game. Importing all shaders, replacing all files. Reopen. Camden should not have given you 20x cloud per month. I'm doing things no one should be doing because I have the raw processing power. No, that is insane. I mean, how much did that use of your percentage for the month? Hopefully not much at all. I'm sure you got plenty you want to do on Baboon. .5%. Holy fuck. That's insane. Oh, wait, I actually have to change the shader now, don't I? It's going to be in the Spire Dome. It's going to be under shaders, Spire, and then Spire, Shield, Dome, inner and outer, which is going to do self-illumination plasma. Well, it should already be set up, actually. Now that I think about it. I've been using self-illumination plasma forever. So I think they're already good. Not only do I have the 20x limits for the month, until August 18th, they're running a promo where everyone gets 50% more usage scaling based on your plan. Holy fuck. So you have like a little over a week. I'm still hung up about the bitmaps. Which bit? Oh, yeah. Long stream. I'm going to end after this, but yeah. A rather long stream. This is right. Oh, it's palletized plasma for self-illum, isn't it? Or no, I think plasma in general just does it. Well, we'll see. But there it is, palletized plasma. I wonder if that'll just work, because that's it though. Palletized plasma is the thing. I don't know if it requires it. Okay, so you do need to do palletized. Okay, I'll give it a go. Hopefully it keeps my settings. I think it does. Although I don't have a pallet currently. God, this might take forever because it might be recompiling all of my shaders now with the new settings. I don't think I have a shader palette currently. Let's see, what does this one use? Palette is force field barrier, plasma palette. Might actually have that ported over. Let me grab it. Objects, gear, covenant, military, no, gear, atlas, covenant, force field barrier, bitmaps, plasma palette. I'm not going to adjust anything else other than that for now. Ooh, it's very blue now. I got to adjust it, but I'm so curious to see. I think I gotta tweak it so that it interacts differently, but whoa, it's got like a fade now. Holy shit it. Do a little back and forth here. Because it needs... I don't think it's edge fade that does it. I'm pretty sure it's alpha mask map wrap mode at black border. I always forget what this is. I think it's warp. I believe it is. Depth fade range 0.5, self-illum intensity 2. Wait, V coordinate 0 to 1 slide 10 seconds. I don't know if that's... I tried to want to bring the logic over. Yeah, no, I know it's just how ODST does it. It should absolutely work now. Oh, I'm so excited. I've wanted this for so long. The depth fade range 0.5. Where is it? Depth fade range 0.5. So crazy to see an actual depth fade occurring on the palette type or the plasma type shader. That's insane. I said it's a red. What does that do? No damn clue. What is the difference here? Oh wait, that was in ODST. Whoops. Oh, you know, it might actually be the V coordinate now that I think about it. Let me set V coordinate to 0.001. This thing is enormous, so it'll probably render it weirdly because of that. Oh, that's the inner one. I've been editing the inner one this whole time. Oops. I'm gonna be so real, I have no clue what Bald is a mind center. Might break shadows completely, but it's for science. True. Unfortunately, I have to go. Zophie, I really want to test this really bad, but I have to go like now. 11 or midnight is my cutoff, so I gotta dip. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix this up off stream because I'm inevitably just gonna have to tweak the ever loving fuck out of this because I'm gonna have to also rebuild the way that the domes look now because it's using a totally different type of shader. But that's fine, and I'm really excited for it. I'm sorry, Zophie, you literally worked your ass off, and now I have to fucking dip out like this. Lame, I know. I said you should do this tomorrow after High Charity. Honestly valid. High Charity is getting there. I don't love it yet. It definitely needs a lot more work, but it is getting there. It is getting there. I'm not hating it. I'm relatively pleased, but it needs a little more love. Definitely needs a little more love. I'm a dip though. Thank you guys for an amazing stream. I've been having so much fun with this, just messing around, with all this stuff. There's plenty more we can do to make the high charity object look way better, dude. Way better. But I think it's a good start. It definitely looks a lot better than the Egg McMuffin that we got from the Floody version. Now we're starting to get the beginnings of a proper one. I'm out of here, though. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Halo modding stream. Thank you again for an amazing, amazing time. I'll see you guys then, though. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Subscribe if you're not, notification bells, etc. Join the Discord. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.